This isn't a flagon, right? I don't know what you call this, but this is what I'm drinking my mead out of.
Or not.
What are we?
I thought
Can
you
we
were
go ahead
doing
and
the
get
recap.
started?
You're about to start. Okay. Oh, dude.
Look, we beat the monk bitch from the lava layer after throwing his minions into the lava, and then we split the party. We swapped Drakon for one of the fucking Requiem guys, and then we went into two different places. The main party met up with Neston, who cast a holy aura on the city with his other high magic elven people. Everybody else get fucked nerds. And then while Drakon and Voss were over there fighting, they picked up residual magic, even though they're not elves, but they're super cool. They were able to polymorph each other into dragons. So they're fighting other fucking things in the Dawnspear Castle, doing whatever. And then the main party of all the cool badass high elves, they basically destroy everything while everybody else is like, we can't fight because we're not high elves. We can't connect to the ancient high magic. And then, yeah, that's it. Oh, and then that other chick caused an earthquake.
Perfect.
Yeah,
See?
y'all are welcome. Y'all are welcome.
If it was me, you would have never gotten a recap of that caliber. Well done.
Now I'm gonna go back to eating my hot dogs and staring at Fantasy Grounds, crying myself.
I hate that, man.
I'm going to ruin your pillow because you didn't give me the recap that I was wanting to hear from it.
I know that, but Tony gave a better one.
I'm just better than him, John.
I mean, at recaps, yes, definitely.
I mean, yeah. I would go long distances for his recaps. Like, I would do some shady shit for his recaps.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, everybody.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gavin, what it really comes down to, man, when it's recap and it's like I just lift more weights than you do, and that's why my recaps are better, dude. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like I drink protein. Yeah, I drink protein, dude.
Most people give it from the heart. Tony gives from calves.
You see my my shirt here? It says, "Check out my six-pack." You get it?
Was it like a 6-pack of beer?
No, it's 6 dice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that.
On that
note.
Oh, I didn't get my.
Congratulations, Kevin.
So
you're officially the nerdiest one of us.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. So on that note, I will go and say one thing though. We've been in combat for like 3 sessions.
4.
So how about? You sure? I thought it was like 3.
No, it's 4.
Murder dice. Okay. More murder dice.
On that note, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. You want to do the fight, or you want to fast forward through it?
Fast forward.
I mean,
do we get things if we win the fight?
We're gonna win, so yeah, we can just fast forward where we just.
That's kind of where I'm going with this.
I think you already ripped apart one of them.
Yeah, I'm ready to roleplay some shit as the bargain group. I'm ready to persuade and seduce.
Okay.
Dragon.
Maybe. I kind of want to go for a ride on a half dragon. What?
So, after your brave defense of Ebenmast, and after the Heralds of Requiem, accompanied by Drakon and Voss, and after their assault on the incursion of the Vold forces on Fort Dawnspear, both sides seem to be victorious. However, with that being said, it's not as though Ebenmast didn't go without casualties. A great number of their samurai did unfortunately perish in the battle, but the overall victory was won in the sense that the city still stands. Heretia was not taken for whatever reason that he may want her, which you don't really even know.
Out of curiosity, how many dead Vold are there around here?
A lot. Why, you gonna get busy?
No, it's more of a question of like how many Vold are out there. Like it was like this is their army. They split it up in 2. We wiped out these guys. I'm sure I don't know this yet. but the other town wiped out a bunch of them. So, like, how many more Vold are there?
So, you don't know whether the incursion was literally every single primal. It was a large army. That's for certain. But it might not have been all of them. It might have just been some resources that were dedicated to the assault. You don't really know. But there's definitely a few thousand, 2,000 to 3,000 dead primals.
What is Project Dawnsford been doing this whole time? I thought they were like, oh, this is gonna be the push to wipe them out. Like, no, there's like literal thousands of them running rampant around the town.
Well, because it was the entirety of a race of elves that became the primals. I mean, it's an uphill battle. They've been making strides, but it's a slow battle to win.
I want a quantitative number, DM. All right, what is the general populace of Vold at this point? No, I'm just kidding.
At this point, well, no, but I'd say you're still looking at probably 40 to 50,000 primal Vold left in existence.
How much do these people live? They've been out in the... Never mind. I'm trying to make it all, like, make sense. All right, cool. A couple thousand Vold. Gotcha. That are dead now.
Better dead now. He's at 50,000 Vold. Better dead now. But yes,
Somebody said something?
I would like to, for instance, start collecting gold pieces.
Okay, how much time you got?
I don't know how much time we got.
I mean, you were supposed to be having a conversation with somebody, but if you just want to, like, walk off and start harvesting Vold parts, you can do that too.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm supposed to be having conversations with people.
Yeah, let's flag Heredia and Azrael so we can find out what it is they need to talk about.
Okay. So, for brevity's sake, the battles have concluded. I'm just going to go ahead and say that everybody has convened in Ebonmass. You've reunited with Drakon, you've reunited with Voss. And you now sit at the tavern in a city that is in turmoil, but in the recovery process.
Did the heralds come with them?
Mm-hmm. The heralds are there.
Yeah, if we're gonna just vamp through this combat, can I go ahead and say I get all my soul tokens from these Vold that we killed?
Yeah, that's fine.
I would have done it anyway.
Soul tokens.
Yeah, I mean, you would have done it if I'd, role played the fight, but that would just be... At this point, that would just be busy work, basically, if I just made you go through more of a fight that we already know you're going to win, and that was pretty much simulated with the last fight anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Hey Bond, what does it take to actually get a soul token? Does it have to be like
they
a
have
big
to
monster?
die. No, they just have to die.
Well, I mean, like,
in his presence.
Yeah, sure. Like, we just go out to the slaughterhouse. They're gonna kill a couple chickens. Like, you could just be there when that happens and get some soul tokens.
The thing is there's soul tokens that have specific, like this lieutenant that I have. We can ask him. I can break this soul token, ask him one question, and then he'll be freed. But
you can find out what it's like to be a chicken. You can just ask him, what it's like being a chicken.
yeah. Well, they can't.
You could finally ask him why he crossed the road and get the answer that we've all been wanting.
How about we get a zone of truth up and I break this lieutenant's soul token and see we can get one question out of him.
I thought he was already obligated to answer truthfully.
No,
I might be
he
wrong.
is not. Nope. In the description, they are not obligated to answer truthfully, but because they are wanting to get their soul released, so they just given whatever answer to just as quick as possible, pretty much, or because they just want to be released.
So this is like a very panic-driven speak with dead then, because at least with them you get like 5 questions. You get 1.
And it's not saying that they're panicked. It just says that they don't have to.
I'm saying for you guys it's a little stressful because you only get 1 question.
Yeah.
We can figure that. Let's find out the whole thing Azrael had for us, so maybe it can kind of gauge what we might want to ask him.
All right.
Yeah.
So Azrael says, for those of you who may not know, I knew the 7 deadly sins personally. I considered them to be good friends, actually. And they, as you likely know, were all native to Alarath. Now, to connect some dots here for you, while this is my native continent, I spent much of my life on Alarath. And how I came to be there was through a color pool. Are any of you familiar with what that is? A color pool is a rare magical anomaly that occurs sometimes spontaneously. That, I mean, it is a link between two places that spontaneously erupts into existence. I just happen to be lucky enough that the anomaly that brought about the Vold's existence caught me up in a color pool, which transported me through the Phlogiston to Alarath. However, on that brief but chaotic journey, I saw something. I experienced something that filled me with a dread that I near can't describe.
Black Diamond?
Yes, but are any of you familiar with elder beings, with primitive forces of existence that represent a concept that are so incredibly powerful that they defy all explanation?
Yeah, we actually had to deal with one a while back.
Oh? He says
what
with
was
a
the thing
curious tone.
The thing that tried to take over Raven when she was in the well that went to the far realm.
Entropy, Zebnalicor was his name, but he's...
the dude of Entropy. That guy.
We will certainly circle back to that topic. Well, then you do know that these beings, while it is quite difficult, can be killed. Well, Dogathoth managed to do just that. I saw floating in this phlogiston, in this astral space, a undead dragon of unimaginable power, but even he should have been no match for what now was a corpse in front of him. You see, Dogathoth slayed the legendary Force Dragon. For those who are not familiar, there are 2 dragons in existence. Mortal beings. What's up, Marte?
I'm on a hot spot, so if it doesn't work...
You joined in at the most important part, as I'm revealing the Vold's origin.
Oh, that's relevant. Okay.
Yeah. So, in the Phlogiston, Dogathoth managed to slay the legendary Force Dragon, a being whose magical power represented the raw nature of mana incarnate. You see, there is a reason why Vold, such as myself and Anand here, are resistant to unrefined mana. It is because the very nature of our existence is suffused with the energies that came about as a result of the death of the legendary Force Dragon. For you see, what King Oberon, our former king of the Ancient Elves, was attempting was the very same ritual that looks like it was a success in Falthansia. You see, I am familiar with the Well of Worlds, and I know that you are too. That is what they were attempting. However, it is in a streak of cosmic hilarity. It was very poor timing, because the rift was opened at the very moment of the Force Dragon's death.
What are the odds of that?
Is what brought about the existence of the Vold. Now, I have swept the cosmic archives of Sigil for any information I can on Dogathoth ever since this moment that I encountered him. Why, for example, did he care to slay the legendary Force Dragon so poorly? In fact, how was he able to? That being should have been infinitely more powerful than him. Some degree of treachery must have been required, but to this day, I still have not been able to learn how he did it. A being like that should not have been able to be killed.
How are you so informed on dragons in the phlogiston?
Because I had the personal experience of going there myself. So when I began to study magic, and finally learned the ability that I needed to plane shift, I went to the only place that I could think of where I could gather such information, which was the Grand Library of Sigil.
Is that at the Grand Line?
No, that is in Sigil.
Oh.
After all, I admit it may have been a bit of an obsession of mine. After all, this was the origin of who I consider to be my people. Of course I wish to know more. And of course, with our history being interwoven with the crusade of this Dogathoth, that made me interested in him.
Just so I'm understanding, so the legendary Force Dragon got killed, and that caused the Vold to just be there?
It caused the energy of this Force Dragon to leak into the material plane, specifically into Vuel Kalas,
You know how
corrupting us.
you see a spider and you stomp on it, and then it turns out it was this pregnant spider, and now all the little spider babies go everywhere? That's what I'm imagining happened with this Force Dragon, and all these little Vold just start popping out. I
That
don't
is
know how
not
that's
a
metaphor.
that is not a totally inaccurate metaphor. Now, to reveal something else, Audrith, who I know you are familiar with, Lucas. She, for whatever reason, after reincarnating into a Vold, she still has all of her memories of being an ancient elf. I do not know why.
Ardrith was an ancient elf?
Well, yes, most Vold were.
Well, a lot of them are just regular elves that got converted.
Sure. But many of the Vold that you might encounter now are of the original ancient elven race. Why most of the primals have horns.
I didn't know primals had horns.
Oh, well, metagame, they do.
Anon
Anyway.
doesn't have horns.
No. He is an awakened.
Yeah, I'm an awakened.
What? Yeah, I got you. It's just...
I have a horn.
Ba-dum-bump. Okay.
Yes.
So, Ardrith still... I'm sorry, what were you saying about Ardrith then?
She still has her memories from when she lived as an ancient elf. Now, I can only conjecture, but my theory about what her plans are... Dogathoth must have had a reason for wanting this Force Dragon removed from the picture. Why specifically target this being that was such a danger to him in the first place? Why not just simply avoid it? I feel as though something about this being presented a danger to Dogathoth, and he needed it removed for some reason. But where does that Force Dragon's energy now reside? Within the Vold of this very planet, the very scourge that the people of this world have fought so long against might very well be our salvation if Dogathoth were to invade. That is my theory. And I believe Audrith is just taking it a step too far. Because, call me arrogant, but I do not wish to sacrifice this world, even if it means stopping a beast of such caliber. After all, what does it matter to any of us if this being is slain, but we lose our planet. Now, that may sound selfish of me, but that is just simply how I am going about this. What I say is that I do not sympathize with her rationality and that I do not agree with it, but I understand it.
Well, that is one take on it. So the idea is if our world is overrun by Vold, we'll be able to stop the other ancient dragon that was able to kill the ancient dragon that had all the Vold powers.
Essentially, and all the
Weird.
research that I have done on Dagathoth, he does not take a risk without having a very good reason to, without having some degree of personal benefit. After all, there are 2 cosmic dragons, the other being the prismatic dragon, and as far as I can tell, he has made no attempt at targeting this creature.
So
Specifically only the Force Dragon.
where does that put us now?
That puts us now fighting a pointless war, is where that puts us now. That puts us now with a distraction that we cannot afford.
Okay, but my point is here, we have the Vold that are trying to kill us. We have this other dragon that is going to try and kill us. What are we supposed to do about that if the solution to it is to have us get overrun by the Vold that are also wanting to kill us?
I don't suppose you believe
I say we
accord.
just blow up the planet.
You know, that might not be terrible.
I mean,
I don't suppose you believe that a treaty could be reached with our enemies. After all, that's foolhardy.
well, that's dumb.
It is likely that their leader knows about this Dagathoth and has arrogantly convinced himself that he is powerful enough to stand against him.
Why don't we just set a trap for both of them? Let them duke it out.
To be honest, I am out of ideas. If you have anything you can contribute, by all means, I am completely open.
I literally just gave you
Fox,
something.
you wanted to ride a half dragon. How about a super cosmic dragon being? Maybe you just gotta, give him the old razzle dazzle, a little wink wink, and this will turn into a love story. This will be a nice meet cute between you and this cosmic ancient dragon.
I do have some knowledge on what this Dagathoth is capable of, what his abilities are, if that interests you, which it should.
And we might be able to figure out what the plans are for this army's plans are next. As I hold, I guess, a soul token. I don't know what what they actually appear as.
They appear as whatever you want them to appear as.
Oh, okay. Shit.
As long as it can fit in your hand, you can take any form you want it to.
What's this? What's
That's
the
what he said.
statue of? Can you help me out on this, Tony? I'm forgetting it. What's the statue of the Angel of Death? Because it'd be a small one of those.
Why are you asking Tony?
Or sorry, Sean.
Pretty sure it's just a dildo, dude. Like with a red scarf on it.
No, I'm pretty sure he's matured since then. All right.
Doubtful.
So the symbol for the Angel of Death is actually an arrow with a scarf tied around it, because it's the angel's arrow. But a statue of it, the statues can take any number of forms. It's always some form of a drow, half drow. But it's always a male half drow, but he's either dressed in male clothing or female clothing, because Shizeki was known for wearing both. But yeah, and then there's also times where he's holding a bow, and sometimes he's holding a giant sword shaped like a dildo. So I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Phallic power.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it could be a statue of a drow, small statue of a drow, and you could see multiple them posing in multiple signs around my belt as soul tokens. You know, whatever.
Okay.
This is the soul of the lieutenant that we just fought. We could ask him a question about. We can ask him one question. The thing is he doesn't have to answer truthfully, but I feel like a zone of truth would help out with that.
This, indeed. Okay. That is quite an ability.
Yes, it's not as strong as some of the spells, but it is something.
Well, let's see. You get only one question,
Only one, singular.
and
I don't feel like he would know that much. I mean, he's a lieutenant.
You could ask a couple different things. You could ask where Shellcore Kyrell's located at, or you could ask what the next plan for the bold invasion might be.
Yep, to defend it off easier. What to ask? That is the question.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm bleeding from all orifices, so I would like to get some rest, and maybe we can figure that one out in the morning.
Oh yeah, I have this soul token as long as I don't use it.
Actually, how bad off am I? I don't think I'm that hurt. Just tapped out on my magic.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm actually like full health. Never mind.
Yeah, Bond's ready.
Also, if we're gonna sit here and talk about this, just that's real. Have you seen Nightvine around? I've heard he got teleported here nearby, and Heredia was trying to get in touch with them anyhow, and they might have some knowledge that they could also bring in on us.
yeah, it's just a few miles outside of the city. Perched directly over the ley line.
Well, I vote for spending the night in Nightvine.
Would it be possible for me to accompany you?
Probably. I don't think it'd be in a position. I would like to give a heads up, though, if anybody here can send a message.
I'm capable of such.
Well, you're familiar with some witches. Do you know Miss Lily?
Cannot say I've had the pleasure.
This is Miss Lily, and I'll just change my form to look like her. If you're familiar with her, just know her name is Lillian Ashner.
He says, you hear him mumble, I'd like to be more familiar. Sure.
Don't be weird. That's my mentor, dude.
It's basically his mom. What do you think?
You will call her Miss Lily.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
sure will.
Hold on, I got an 8th grade spell slot. I'm going to do a disintegrate right quick. How about you just let her know that Lucas is requesting to head their way with you and Heredia and everyone else that's here, and see if there's any issue with that.
No, he doesn't snap his fingers. That's your thing.
Yeah, quit trying to steal my stuff. Oh, we're soul casted, and we're going to do detect magic all over it.
He hits his
He takes his staff and writes a message with his staff in the air and then pushes it as it disappears into a cloud of dust and floats off into the distance. She is aware.
All right.
Our entry is granted.
Phenomenal. Well, what else would you like to share? Or do you want to do it with Miss Lily so we don't repeat ourselves?
Perhaps I should mention it there. There's a lot of magical terminology I was about to discuss, and I feel as though that would be no better company than with actual witches to discuss it with.
Alright. Well, Is there anything else we need to do? Do we need to loot some stuff or do something? Actually, yeah. What did the lieutenant dude have anything on him?
Let me see.
Or anybody else of any significant value or things? Any shiny bits?
I'm looking now. So on him, you find that he has what looks to be a glaive with like an icy effect. Kind of looks like a frostbrand.
Identify.
Yeah, it's a frostbrand glaive. That was his weapon.
Anybody want a frostbrand glaive? If not, I'll just hold on to it until somebody says they want it. It'll go in my
I
bag.
guess you're holding on to it.
This thing will fetch a fucking price
Yeah,
somewhere.
something I can use. Like, if it was pretty, I would want to hang it on my wall, but,
I mean-
I'm not going to swing that thing.
Neston will take it.
'Cause-
It's
I'll
a
give
glaive, right?
I'll give
Yeah,
it
it's
to
a
you,
glaive.
Neston, if you want it.
Is there any way you can break off that little metal piece on top? It looks very sharp. And I just want the stick. The stick looks really ornate. I can use it to walk around better when we like go up cliffs and delve into dungeons on wild adventures.
I don't know if I can do that with a magically infused weapon.
Yeah, then forget about it. I don't want it anyways.
Hey Kevin, there should be a feat that allows you to better talk to sellers or like shops people to get better prices on stuff.
Yeah,
it's called
charisma.
persuasion.
Yeah, or
I
actor.
mean, yeah, but I've been like, yeah, true. I guess so.
I will just flip open my bag and you'll hear soft little screams, and I will just put the glaive down into the bag and close it.
Soft little screams.
So, you guys cool to just be there?
No, we have to do a whole other one shot of getting through Nightvine.
Oh, and here's the twist for the session tonight, guys. You're talking to your other DM, Sean. Thanks for stepping up, Sean. to run
Everyone
this
roll me
one
a
shot.
con save, DC 28. Oh, everybody dies.
28.
That's okay.
Much.
That's okay. I can't even load my character sheet, so I'm still alive. Because you
Well,
can't
load your
fail a check if you
sheet.
can't make it. I
Why
can't.
can't you load
I can
it?
do it for you.
You
Just-
can't get into the.
Bro, why does your stuff never work?
Because if Nick logs into the server before me, then I can't
yeah.
log into the server. Because
What
not
is?
my-
Why?
I don't know. That's
No,
just
it's
how
not
it is.
like that.
Hey, Gavin, did you actually
Like-
put that in my inventory, or did you just put it in the chat?
Just put it in the chat.
I'm actually gonna reset my PC and see if that works.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, I like the background, Marte.
Thank you.
Okay, so you make your way through Nightvine, and it's a pretty quick process with Lucas guiding you.
Yeah, make sure you stay next to me. If you get off the path and deviate from me, you're gonna have a time.
But yeah, you're gonna run around the
You not hear
damn
me?
forest, chasing it down.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I said I wanted to talk with the freaking the ancient elven chick.
Oh, Heretia?
I think she's coming
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah, she's with you right now. In fact, you kind of notice that, like, she's walking the same way as you, and she's following roughly the same path as you through the forest, but it doesn't look like she actually even needs the direction.
Uh-huh.
Yep. If you stray from Lucas's path, you'll have to follow a robot with two fucking buttons. And
Yeah,
gotta
you
press the
you
button
go
and
off
you-
the path, then Sean's running a one-shot.
You fucking chasing a damn robot. Anyways.
All right. Yeah, you can talk to her. So, I mean, she's walking with you, so you're able to get her attention pretty easily.
So Heretia,
Yes?
you know,
And again, she responds in common, but you know her common isn't that great.
alright, so I'm gonna speak to her in freaking I'll speak to her in a freaking native tongue. I don't give a fuck.
Well, her native language is Sylvan.
Sylvan.
I can speak Sylvan.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Horatia, I just wanted to let you know. Well, actually, it's more of a question. I don't understand why, I built it, my Arc Scepter, with my father's, and it somehow ended up having 2 ends, and I don't understand why quite yet. Could you explain that to me?
What? That it has 2 blades?
Yeah, listen, I didn't quite understand it yet.
Well,
I built it, and then all of a sudden it had 2 ends. I guess I built it wrong.
typically, I mean, you must have built it wrong very well then, because typically it only has 2 blades if it's an intentional design choice. Like mine has 2 blades, and I wanted it to be that way.
Listen, it was my father's old one. I just repaired it.
I mean, do you wish to modify it to where it only produces a single blade?
No, I listen, I could modify it myself if I really wanted to. I was just wondering, if you ever ran into my father, as I had lost contact with him a long time ago.
I do hate to be the bearer of bad news. I mean, I cannot confirm this, but it is likely that your father perished in the calamity, just like most of us did.
I figured as much. As I've already mourned his death, I just don't know if you may have seen him before the end.
To be honest, I am still quite new as far as granting my formal membership to the Order. I didn't really know your father that well. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
But
Not a big
I can
deal.
tell you what I did hear about him, is that he was a great man and a powerful knight.
Yeah. After I took over Death's Gate, I stopped contact with him. So he had his plans, and I had mine.
Well, I bet that you would have been proud of him, and I can guarantee that he was proud of you.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been
Of
to this
course.
forest once before, but it's been over probably 400 plus years.
The Scions had sort of a informal alliance with the Nightvine Witches. We freely shared knowledge, we shared arcane research, and we had some great allies between the two of us. As you can see, I've been here quite a few times, though I imagine it has changed much since I was last here.
I'm sure of me as well, so this will be a new one for both of us.
Indeed. Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
No, that is it.
Very well. Hopefully more will come to light upon our arrival.
Hopefully. No, that's about it.
Okay. So, making your way through the Nightvine Forest, you eventually reach the actual settlement of Nightvine. It does appear that there is a meeting currently in session. And this city, most of you have been here once before. And all in all, Nightvine is a very quiet place, at least once you make it through the forest. But there is a traffic, a busyness to this city, a bustle that was not present last time, where there's a level of activity that's uncommon. Most people aren't at home. Most people are out and about. Most people are, shopping for goods at the store, or scavenging for supplies, or just out and about. There's a restlessness in the air. And the floor is yours.
I'm just going to take them to where the bulk of the commotion is and trying to keep an eye out for Miss Lily. Lily. There it is. Miss Lily.
Okay. So you just in passing, passing some of the civilians, you do hear just that people are anxious. They're wondering what exactly the council is going to do. Because again, the two philosophies, there's conflicting philosophies on this about whether or not this coming conflict is a direct threat against the witches or not. Some thinks that no matter what happens, they'll be able to escape it all and stay off the radar, but there are others who don't think they'll be able to. So, after a few more minutes, some of the commotion dies down a little bit because the flag is now lowered over the city hall that signals the fact that the council is no longer in session.
All right.
So, not immediately, but after about... And you get a little anxious because you don't see Miss Lily and she should be expecting you. About 30 minutes after the council lets out, though, finally, you hear Miss Lily, and she says, "Oh, Lucas, thank goodness," as she briskly walks up to you and gives you a hug and says, "I'm so glad to see the rest of you are fine as well. You can tell she's visibly flustered. There is an anger to her, which you, Lucas, would know. She is not a woman who gets angry very easily. But she just seems frustrated."
How do we step away from here with everybody and get back to the house and let's talk?
Yes. At least somebody is going to have a rational discussion today. Yes, please. I'm sorry. Again, it is so good to see you. I am out of my wits. And she says, noticing finally, "How rude of me. I have not even acknowledged your new companions." She looks at Drakon and looks at Voss. "I am Lillian Ashner. It is a pleasure to meet you."
Let me stop you right there, Gavin. I apologize for interrupting the roleplay here, but let me throw a T in this. Drakon is not there. I will not playing two fucking characters anymore.
That's right. You have Neston. Okay, well, she acknowledges Voss and says,
"I appreciate it. I digress."
She says, "I am Lillian Ashner. Lucas and I go way back. I was his mentor when he first joined our coven." And to describe her to you, Harold, she looks to be sort of like an upper middle-aged human, kind of olive-skinned, dark hair with like little bits of frost kind of starting to come in. Has kind of like dark robes, wears a witch's hat. All in all, as far as the attire goes, it's pretty much what's to be expected.
Yeah, she just has little lily pads on the brim of her hat.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, her title, she then introduces herself as, "I'm the Lily Pad Witch," they call me. But, my ancestry comes from the origin of storms. I command natural power over lightning magic, primarily.
That's cool.
Let us get away from wandering eyes and curious ears, shall we?
Nice to meet you. I'm Hongan.
It's a pleasure. I'm sorry. Forgive my manners. I'm quite distracted, I must admit.
I can tell. Oh, and this is
our guest of honor.
Yes.
Heretia, it is so incredibly nice to meet you. She automatically switches to speaking Sylvan. I had thought your people were long gone. In fact, I must admit my enthusiasm. I have not met one of your kind before. It was a bit before my time. I know it doesn't look it, but anyway, a pleasure. If you'll just please follow me. Follow me. She leads you sort of a little off the path. I mean, not into the deeper parts of the forest, because that's when things start to shift and change, but off a small road that goes into the forest, and you reach a house that's kind of like a house on stilts, next to a large pond. And in this large pond, you notice there is a very large, when I say large, I mean like 20 feet tall frog in this pond.
Well, it's Pogo.
So he's chewing on a giant bug right now. He doesn't really care. He sees you though, Lucas, and immediately snatches you up. You guys think that Lucas is about to get devoured as he spits this bug up and wraps his tongue around Lucas and picks him up off the ground. But then all he does is just like rub Lucas against his forehead like he's scratching himself on the head.
I'm gonna shoot you, buddy.
He puts you down a little too rough and then goes back to his snack. So she says, jumping into matters, the council, for some reason, seems to think that this is no danger to us. That this very world could end, and somehow we could escape it all.
Y'all plan on teleporting somewhere else? To another dimension?
I do not know. But they have rejected all requests for them to join in the fight.
That's the only way y'all are going to escape this, is going by another dimension or something. And even then, you might not escape it.
I'm aware.
I don't think
But they have
Nighttime
made
can
up
go
their
to another
mind.
dimension. Can it?
No, we cannot. Not without an extensive degree of continued research. But as of currently, no, we cannot. So I guess they just think that we are going to remain on the run for the rest of eternity, in order for our order to survive. That this
Yeah,
world can be
interesting.
reduced to a hunk of rock and nothing more, and somehow we can escape it. But
A magic city that can be tracked by Vold that detect magic innately. I'm surprised they haven't found it to begin with.
I mean, the Vold were mostly indigenous to one continent.
Yeah.
Until now, I guess.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Nightvine Forest has not come to this continent very often. It has been many years since we have settled here, and we do not intend to stay for very long.
Well, we got a lot of random things that are all up and about that we don't really know how connect. We got ancient elves that are here. They're trying to, I guess, some work with the Vold, even one that's now an undead. Somehow the Vold are tied into this cosmic ancient dragon thing, that it might be his kryptonite of sorts. I don't really know how that works, but it is what it is. And then somehow we had to deal with this Dargathoth guy before he destroys the planet.
So Azrael says, well, Miss Ashner, my name is Azrael Blazemark, and it is an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now, I have attended for a number of reasons, excluding your company, of course, that for those who were in Campaign 1, you know how Azrael is. Anyway, yes, this Dargathoth, that was the reason I accompanied them. That is what I wish to discuss. There was more I wish to talk with them about in regards to him, but it was decided that in your company, the words would be much better suited. So,
Yeah, what he already told us was, alright, now she's caught up on that part.
yeah. Now, Dargathoth comes from a world known as Toril. It's, from what I understand from records that I have read from the Cosmic Library of Sigil, it is about halfway across the universe from here. So, not close. It's likely that if this Dargathoth is en route to our world, that he either gave up on that world for whatever reason, or more likely that world is no more. And he has been on his way here, conquering world after world as he sweeps across the cosmos for some time now. Now, Dogathoth, from what I have read, he manipulated a group known as the Cult of the Dragon on this world known as Toril, and altered their magical ritual that would have turned him into a Dracolich, as well as enslaving his mind, to instead of turning him into a true Dracolich, turned him into an undead abomination, which, again, would very much resemble a Dracolich, but the difference is that his mind was his own, and after this conversion, he slayed every member of the Cult of the Dragon, and has been researching magic ever since. Now, here is the troubling part. He has a very unlikely ally. And this ally is quite literally magic itself. You see, Mystra...
So are you telling me that he had them use the same or similar high magic that we use when we're about to die?
Not necessarily. So there is a ritual that must be undertaken in order to convert a dragon into a Dracolich. A dragon cannot do it to themselves. The difference is that a human or an elf or any sort of mortal humanoid, they could undertake the ritual and instigate the ritual on their own, but a dragon needs help. He manipulated them.
But you said he kept his mind.
He did, because normally the ritual that would turn a dragon into a Dracolich would enslave their mind. However, his magical prowess was vast enough that while they were undergoing their ritual, he was able to alter the natural mana of the ritual in a way that allowed him to keep his own mind and to maintain his sanity, if you can even call it that.
Insanity works as well.
But from the rankings in the Cosmic Archives, Dogathoth is the second most powerful mortal, which I use that term loosely, I should say non-divine, to ever exist in the cosmos. Second after only Vecna himself.
So what you're saying is we need to become as powerful as Vecna to be able to defeat this thing.
Essentially, yes.
Gentlemen, I have a plan. What if I could tell you, maybe we just need to get armed up, deal with this thing. I know where the Book of Vecna is.
You mean the Book of Vile Darkness?
Yep.
And I know a very, very, very powerful necromancer that could probably help us.
But would my character even know Vecna?
You would have... everybody's heard the name. But for many people...
knows Big Daddy Vac.
But for many people, Vecna is just a name that's used to invoke terror. It's a scary bedtime story for kids.
Excuse me.
But...
I know a place that has a bunch of powerful artifacts, including the Book of Vile Darkness.
And again, I know a necromancer, very powerful necromancer, that will guarantee to help us out.
Just putting it out there. I have reason to go to this location, so...
I would also like to add, because I wasn't done revealing everything there is about this
Sorry,
creature.
I'd latched on to that tidbit of information. Please continue.
He's immune to unholy energies. For starters. He has... When I mentioned that who his unlikely ally is, when I say that his ally is magic himself, it is likely that Dogathoth has more magical knowledge than any other being in existence ever has. Now, whose attention do you believe that would likely garner? The attention of Mystra herself. See, despite how much of a danger Dogathoth is, Her alliance is to magic, and magic alone. Therefore, she allows Dagathoth to continue doing whatever God's forsaken thing that he wishes, so long as he does not damage the weave. In fact, Mystra believes that his existence strengthens the weave, just by the sheer nature of his power. That is the type of being we are speaking of. He is so powerful, his command of magic is so vast, that the weave itself is stronger because of his existence.
Bro, I hope my enemies talk about me like that.
Right? Just throwing it out there, though, our world absorbs the magic from the phlogiston of other worlds. So if all the magic is here, wouldn't that mean that he shouldn't mess with it?
No, that would mean he would have all the more reason to come here.
Yeah, but
His
then he's
power could
messing with
grow
the magic.
even
I
more.
thought that would make Mystra upset if he's messing with the magic.
As long as he continues to contribute to magical knowledge, as long as he continues to supply the weave with mana, then she is his ally. Despite the fact that, all other things considered, many would consider Mystra to be a benevolent deity.
Well, I mean, it sounds like if that's the case, that if he's contributing magic, we really don't want to even try and defeat him. We just basically want him to say... We basically need Dagathoth's repellent to make him not come to our planet.
He will be here. He will come.
Well, we can't
Do not mistake
defeat
what
him.
Do not mistake what I mean. There would be nothing catastrophic to the weave should he die. Just that his magical knowledge... Again, it's hard to think exactly like something as grand as a deity, but his allegiance is to magic, as is Mystra's, and therefore she won't touch him. It's as simple as that.
Really? I'm starting to think, like, maybe that's what the Vold are. Like, he won't want to touch the planet because we basically have the equivalent of, like, craps. Right? He doesn't want to touch this planet because it's infected with all this anti-magical being things. So, like,
Well, that's the theory. The theory is that in some degree, he is vulnerable to Vold.
And how long
But-
do we have until he decides he's going to fight this being?
It's hard to say
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
6 months, a year.
So, I have a question. So, I've read many manuscripts. Lucas, who has the Book of Vile Darkness now?
the broker. The black broker.
I do.
And pray tell, who is that?
Apparently it's a powerful hag that's out in the realm of Hades.
It's a night hag.
Which I so happen to have a tuning fork that can take us there. It only came at the low cost of like 20,000 gold.
Oh yeah, this is cheap. Come on.
So, Dagathoth, in his magical research, has managed to do something that no other dragon has as well. So, Dagathoth was originally a black dragon, but he has managed to, through magical experimentation, imbue himself with the ability to use the breath weapon of every single kind of chromatic dragon. Not all at once, I will say, but he has all of them at his disposal. In addition to that, I've even read records that state that he has a breath weapon that can destroy magic items.
All I'm hearing is yada yada yada, bullshit, bullshit. And we go get the Book of Vile Darkness, we become stronger, and we kick his ass. And that's about as far as I'm going.
And
with
what
that.
do you think you're going to do with it to defeat him?
Or we get all our magic items destroyed.
Well, a good thing for me is I don't need magic items to kick somebody's ass.
Well,
I do either, but they sure help.
the best thing that we have to throw at these things is the Vold. Which I don't really know how we're supposed to make that a thing, because I didn't really get the impression that Shalkor Kyrell is doing all the things that he's doing because he's trying to help with Dargathoth. The dude just wants his own power.
Agreed.
Is there any way we could make it to where them two fight and then we just come up with a clean sweep and sweep both of them off the map?
Before we speculate on that, which I would love to see that, where do the ancient elves tie into all this? And why is Cypher gone all of a sudden into this and wanting to bring back the ancient elves, which now as Volv?
That is the missing piece that I have not deciphered yet.
I feel
I
like
don't
there's
know.
a big part to connect all this here that we should probably know before we are able to actually make a game plan of dealing with Dargathoth. Which, we might be able to do once we have the Book of Vile Darkness. I don't know. I'm just saying it's an option.
And what if Dargathoth arrives and he finds the Book of Vile Darkness to be to his liking?
Then
After all,
I'll sell it to him on the cheap low of just one planet, and then he can have and go do whatever he wants to do at other planets. It's negotiation power. That's what I want.
all in all, there has to be some reason that he specifically wishes for this world. Why is this his next stop?
I have no idea. Does anybody else know why a super magic dragon that eats planets or does whatever with planets wants our planet that has all the magic? I wonder why.
Well of worlds. He wants to drink the well.
I'm sure it's just for the atmosphere.
Right, yeah. I don't know why the magic-obsessed dragon would want to go to the world with all the magic.
And you don't think he's had the opportunity in the infinite cosmos to absorb worlds just like this one? You don't think there's already other worlds, another 100 that he could compare it to, that he could choose next?
We've got
Maybe
that
this
flavor.
one's the.
He doesn't.
Maybe this one's the. Sorry.
Maybe I'm just not as well traveled. I don't know how many other worlds that are sucking the magic out of other worlds are out there.
Maybe there was something
In
written
an
together.
infinite
those other worlds.
cosmos, it is unlikely that this is the only one.
Maybe there's something in this world that he wants. Or potentially this world's got more magical power than the rest of them.
Has the hand and eye of Vecna been located yet?
No,
Do not
not
believe
to my
so.
knowledge.
Oh no, I hope I'm wrong.
But I do have a necromancer friend that has been looking for them.
Yes, as has the Order of Shield and Light. But
Right.
to my understanding, they have not been able to locate it.
Well, that's,
It seems like you have an idea of where it might be at.
So what do you think he's coming after the hand and eye of Vecna?
Possibly. After all, for one who desires power, what else could appeal to him more than actual pieces of the only other being who is more powerful than he?
Yeah, I'm saying. Probably need to go get the Book of Vile Darkness. That'd probably be a good step in that direction. Because whoever has the eye and hand of Vecna will probably want to get the book.
good with going to Hades.
We're gonna take 5 for a second. I'm gonna run to the restroom, and we will get right back to it.
I don't think freaking Gavin wants to go to Hades.
I like how I just keep shifting the narrative to go in this direction. Can't really miss that. There's a lot of talking of, well, what's the next step?
Not Hades.
Oh, I don't know. I think we are. Because Gavin can't stop me from going there now. When we leveled up last, I got the ability to just go there. But Gavin's been trying to prevent me from making it there this entire time. That you know.
Murder kitten.
Mm-hmm. It's just raw muscle.
His pediatrics called today just to remind me of something. And it was a little machine. We called him Loveland.
So what?
This is an automatic little machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we called him Loveland.
Hey, who's y'all still here?
I'm still here.
I'm here.
Yep.
Here.
So I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Of course you are.
Yeah, because you know who is the last person with the Book of Vile Darkness and the Eye of Vecna?
Who?
Alastrios?
Alastrios.
I don't know what it means. Tony, you're going to get to play 3 characters.
Yeah, I know, for real. It's like, by the way, there's Valastrios, Dorian. There's Valastrios, Dorian, Neston.
Yeah, well, it's the Order of Shield and Light, so it's going to be the epic showdown between Valastrios and Dorian that we never got to see in Campaign 1.
Yeah. That's what it is.
All right. So,
Sorry.
have you guys decided a next step?
Yes, we are going
To go.
Hades.
Are you going to Hades?
We're going to the High Wizard's Tower in King's Crest to go meet with the last and previous owner of the Book of Vile Darkness.
Which is...
And the eye in Hand of Vecna.
He never had the hand.
Oh, at least the eye.
Wait, you're going to meet with Valastrios?
Yeah.
Murder Hades, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So how are we doing this, Tony? Am I playing Valastrios for you, or are you reprising your role?
No.
You're just
Okay.
having
We're
just
not-
conversation.
We're not
with yourself.
doing
Okay.
any of that.
Oh.
It wouldn't be the first time
Hey, Bond, this dragon thing's not as powerful as a god. Just go ahead and reach out to the Angel of Death and let him come on back here and just handle all this nonsense.
Yeah. let me-
Yeah, the
Where'd you
Angel
at?
of Death is locked behind the Divine Gate, so that's unfortunate, but that's going to be a no-go.
Yeah, sorry, he's kind of busy. He's winning the war right now.
I can already see it now. The Angel of Death saying, "Well, I would do it, and it would be a breeze. But then, how would you learn your lesson? Toodaloo."
No, Shiziki doesn't talk like that.
Guess we'll never know.
Shiziki might not, but he's not Shiziki anymore. He's the Angel of Death.
He's still Shiziki.
They're two different people.
No, they're not.
No, I think the plan is to go to Hades.
Okay. Try to negotiate with the black broker.
To be honest, and if we're back into the
I'm
game
pretty
here,
tough.
if anyone else has a different strategy, I mean, I feel like whoever has the eye in hand is probably going to go after that book. And if the relics of Vecna is what this monster thing's going to be going after, I'd like to get to it first. It gives us leverage, it gives us negotiating power, and I don't really know what to do next.
We could talk to this lieutenant, and then let the Dawn commander know what the army's next plan is, so they can set up a defense, or
Yeah,
they can
no,
set up
I'm
a
all for that.
Somebody want to throw up a zone of truth?
Does anybody know that spell?
I do not know that stuff.
I know of that spell.
That's
I
not
was
very helpful.
hoping someone did, like Neston or somebody. Maybe Neston will be good for something.
Neston doesn't know spells.
Oh,
He just has them. He's a cleric. They just have spells.
He doesn't have
I
zone of
collect them
truth.
like okay.
Yeah, I mean, he can cast Zone of Truth if I could get on my character sheet and prepare it.
What level spell is Zone of Truth?
Third? Fourth? Something like that.
You sure you know it? Oh, yeah, it's only second. That's only. It
Oh.
says it's prepared.
Is there a P beside it?
There is.
Oh, well then, yeah, it's prepared.
I thought I remembered you using it before.
For some reason, I thought only paladins could learn Zone of Truth. Guess I
Nope.
was wrong.
Clerics.
Clerics can too.
I think bards can too.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a lot of people that can.
So if he
Celestial
casts Zone of
warlocks.
Truth, I guess break the soul token and let him free.
And what is your question?
What is the Vold army's next move?
Trying to think of how to answer that.
He does have to roll for the Zone of Truth, doesn't he?
Yeah. And I'm not telling you whether he passed or failed. Unless you would. Do you know automatically whether whether they pass or fail with Zone of Truth?
I think you do.
The caster of Zone of Truth does.
Okay.
But Neston can. He literally has to make a saving throw every 6 seconds, and Neston will know when he fails. The moment he fails. So Neston can sit there and be like, no, 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 no. Okay, go ahead. Ask your question.
Yeah, look how pretty my wiring is.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
All right. So he passed the first time, but he failed the second time.
Let's go.
All right. Let me think. Let me think of how to answer that.
Stumping the DM.
Well, no, you're not stumping me. I'm trying to think of the best way to answer this question with a sentence. Without...
It's a weird way of answering.
Right?
How do you answer a question
He's just the
without
ghost
needing to
going,
think
hang on, guys. Hang on, guys.
No, this is the DM pausing, not the ghost.
But it's not the way I like to picture it, alright? Don't break my immersion.
He responds and says, "We will march on the capital."
it? That's a little too vague, but alright.
It's not that vague at all, really.
Well, there's more than one capital.
I know the capital of
you're
what?
talking about.
My character has like -1 on history, so. It's like, capital of what?
Okay.
Hey guys,
Hold on.
My
there's a
character's dumb as
thunderstorm
stuff.
where I'm at, and all the power across the street went out, so I might lose power because there's a big thunderstorm here.
Therefore,
Oh, as well as here. Okay. So, okay, to clarify what he means by capital, we will march on Rhyme Shield. Literally the capital of the continent that you're on right now.
All right, and he is let free.
All right.
I have no longer have that soul ticket, so let me just mark it off.
Well, anybody want to pass that word along over to the Project Townspear and the commander?
Yes, if someone could send a message.
Azrael, would you please do us the kindness?
Message is sent.
And what does he say back?
They will be fortifying their defenses upon Rhymeshield, as well as preparing for an immediate counterattack. It does appear that they have made some progress in their research to allow, to a certain degree, entry into the Wailing Mire.
Toads.
No,
Over.
now I gotta do everything.
Alright.
So,
Actually, there is one other thing we can do while we're debating our next step. Miss Lily, do you still have your crystal ball?
I do.
Can you find this guy? And I will take out the lock of hair that I got from Cypher God. That was a part of his component for his simulacrum.
Okay.
So she can scry on him, and he has a -10 to a saving throw.
Alright, let me do a thing real quick. No, I don't need to look up characters, I need to look up NPCs. It's what? It's a wisdom saving throw?
I gotta look it up because I don't actually have that spell. That's why sorcerers don't get scry for some reason. That's why she has the scrying ball. Wisdom saving throw, yes.
Oh, that was an ability check. Oh well, I'll just add whatever is applicable. And then that's
And then -10.
Oh yeah, and after minusing 10, an 11 definitely fails.
So we all
He
can
is-
see in the crystal ball what he's up to.
She says, I know where he is, I just don't believe it. He's in Invalion.
Which one's in Valiant?
Don't look at me, huh?
Oh, that's the place on the other plane where we got the tuning ports.
No, Invalion is... Well, it's the ruins of Invalion now. It's in the Wailing Mire. It's the former ancient elven city that fell 190 years ago.
Oh, yeah. The place we unlocked for Shalkor Kyrell thing. Okay.
Well, no, that's a different place.
Oh, okay. Sorry, a lot of different places.
It's at the southeastern tip of Wel'Kalas. You are currently like central northwest of Wel'Kalas right now.
And what does he appear to be doing?
You actually get to see him? Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's scrying.
He is scrying.
Crystal, yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't
See
be
him,
pooping.
but-
Please don't be pooping. Please don't be pooping.
Oh,
He's
God.
pooping. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, weird.
So you see him standing in what looks to be like a magical crest outside of a very ornate building that is obviously at this point fairly dilapidated, but you can tell it was once something quite grand. And standing on top of this magical sigil, you see him ignite his weapon as he holds it above his head, as he spins the weapon, as this magical energy begins to radiate from him, as it begins to overtake this city, as you see this pulsating aura in every direction. That, if you can imagine like a wheat field and how that looks when like a wave of wind blows over it, as you see it this coalesce across its surface, imagine that, but with waves of magical energy that extends in every direction, traveling for miles.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's neato.
I don't think that's good.
Hey, Miss Lily, is there any chance I can learn to use ancient magic? Because that seems kind of cool.
Unfortunately, it's called Elven High Magic for a reason. I cannot even do it myself.
I just imagine both of them crying in a corner.
Is Mistra a high elf?
Well, Mistra's a goddess.
But I'm just saying she's not a high elf. There are exceptions to the rule.
Again, she is a goddess that governs all of magic. You know what? Maybe we could write her a strongly worded letter, and she could change the rules.
Perhaps if you guys taken to trees.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a fucking wish spell, and I'm gonna change the rules of magic. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nothing will go wrong. At all.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
All right.
They're gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? They're gonna know.
No, but seriously, to Miss Lily, do you know what he's doing with all that? I get magic and probably trying to reinvigorate the old kingdom, maybe, but do you know specifically what that's about?
He is. This appears to be, with my knowledge of, well, Elven High Magic, it appears as though he is attempting to alter the nature of the weave in his immediate area. What that would do is it would have an effect on anybody who attempts to draw upon it within its perimeter. As far as what the nature of these changes would be, I do not know. But he is rewriting the weave itself.
Ooh, I'm gonna. Can we send a message to Mistra? Because she's not gonna like that, apparently. That's the thing, you could mess with the weave. Ah, never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, that's all I got, folks. And I've laid out my options. What does everybody else think?
Hey, Gavin.
What's up?
I'll look to the group. I would like to go to the nearest city, if at all possible.
I am going to use it for my.
And potentially, Gavin, do we have any spies in the Fold army?
Yes, not many. There are some awakened Vold who have done reconnaissance and have blended with their numbers, but many of them have been caught.
Yeah.
Then what?
What is this talking?
Many of them have been caught to the point where they're not really sending in new spies because at this point they're just not lasting very long.
Cool. Yeah. I was wondering if I could use ground contact feature to spread more words around the Vold army of there being more no, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. I'll do that after they never mind.
What were you trying to do?
I was gonna try to send message through the through thieves, thieves can't underground tunnel
Just
communication.
trying to make him paranoid or something? Is that what you were thinking?
Trying to make them paranoid, but I figured if they were paranoid, they would switch up plans. So I don't want them paranoid. I want to think everything is going as planned.
Okay. You don't want them to know that you're on to them.
Yeah, basically. I was thinking about that to kind of get in their head, but there'd be no point since we already know their plan.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
So. Okay.
Whatever we're gonna do next, I'm down. Let's get it.
I vote Hades.
You're going to Hades. Okay. Let's see. As far as lore on other planes, is that more religion? Is that more arcana? Or is that more history? I'll say that's history. Everybody roll me a history check.
Am I proficient in history? No, but whatever. I'll do it.
Wait, a lore bard isn't proficient in history?
Can you,
You, dude.
I don't have access to fantasy grounds right now because moving and getting and everything. because I'm actually on my phone. Can somebody make that roll for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gavin, can you also make the roll for Neston as well?
Will do.
Because Neston is proficient in history.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it for Harold too.
Alright, let me find your character sheet, Brandon. I was forgetting how your character was spelled. There it is, I found it. Okay, well, Neston only rolled a 10, but oh, and Ungon only. I hate rolling for you guys because I never do well. Anyway, for those that rolled like a 15 or higher, which actually is only like one person, which is Lucas. Lucas, so
I rolled a 16.
Okay, well then Anand would know as well. So there's the most two commonly known kinds of fiends are, of course, devils and demons. Devils being from the nine hells, demons being from the abyss. Many don't know that there is a third kind, and those are called Yugoloths. And Yugoloths are indeed native to Hades. So, as far as Hades goes, I wasn't planning on you guys going to Hades this session, but let me see what I can throw together. So, as far as Hades goes, there we go. Alright, so Hades, all in all, it's known as the Grey Wastes. So it has 3 layers. I'm just trying to see what I can recall from Hades off the top of my head. So with the main, of course, enemies being Yugoloths, as well as hags being common there too. Hades actually plays a pretty significant role in the lower planes, and that it is, well, literally the in-between location between hell and the abyss. So for that reason, while you will find primarily Yugoloths there, devils and demons are also not unheard of. So unlike some of the other levels of the Divine Hell, you actually enter Hades at the bottom level. Whereas, like, of course, with the 9 hells, you enter at the top. With Hades, you enter at Pluton, which is the lowest level of Hades. Then from there, you go to Niflheim, and then from there, you go to the top level, which is also just kind of called Hades. But you guys will be entering into Pluton. It's the only way to enter Hades, starting from the bottom layer.
And from what I've learned and know things, I've only known that the Black Broker is in Hades. I don't know where. Is there any way I might ask about it? Hey, Azrael, you seem to be knowing a thing or two of entities and other planes. Chance you know where you might find the Black Broker?
Unfortunately, I do not. However, Lucas, give me an insight check here.
Oh man, I'm terrible at those. 13?
The Black Broker, primarily her entire living, her existence, is trading with entities from other parts of the lower planes. Judging by the fact that any entity that would enter into Hades from the lower planes would enter at Pluton, that's all I'm going to say.
Alright, I got you. Makes sense.
Alright, so the spell goes off and you plane shift. And you see yourself standing in this gray
I am not
abyss.
plane shifting right now, bro. We're like tapped out for multiple fights.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to jump into Hades right now. I'd like to get some prep done.
It's just like, alright guys, go in there.
I'm on the phone, bro.
7 hit points. Let's go to heavens. No.
We've just done 4 sessions of combat.
It's
We're going
not
into rest.
It's the underworld. It's
And
slightly
besides,
different.
we can't do that in Nightvine anyway.
You can't? Oh, that's right.
Can't plane shift, no.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, the Black Broker's name is Yurgdrmil. YRGDRML. What? I don't know how to pronounce these things.
No, you spelled it right. It just has like no vowels.
I know. I don't know how to pronounce that though. I would like to get some
Me
rest.
too.
Maybe
No,
while we're
some rest.
here, we can get some supplies before we go and deal with the chick that has all the super evil and powerful artifacts.
Not all of them are evil. Just
Well,
powerful.
I'm just saying she has a lot of. If she's got the basically Vecna's book, she's probably got some toys and trinkets that we might want to make sure we're properly prepared for.
As far as you have heard, her main degree of power is not from her might, is not from anything that she commands, it's from her influence and her usefulness. She just believes that nobody wants to kill her because they can't afford to.
Well, while we're here
Well,
tonight,
here's
does anybody want to pick up some supplies, do a little shopping while we're here? I think we can head out in the morning if that's what we're doing.
Here's the question.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, bro.
Here's the question that no one else has been thinking of. If she does have this said book, she's gonna want it at a very high, costly price. Question is, can we afford to buy it?
Can't we just kill her and take it?
Azrael says, "My thoughts exactly. Why don't we just take it?"
I mean, we can just take it. There's always force. But, at the same token, think about all the shit that she transfers back and forth. I'm sure she has hitmen waiting, and as soon as she drops dead, we're all dead. So, let's be a little bit more intelligent about this. And from a couple of you spellcasters, I figured that you would be rather intelligent, including you, Mr. Smiley.
What is she going to do
Fine.
if we
I'll-
just show up and say, "I'm sorry, we're taking the book"?
Have us
I'm
killed
gonna guess we're
immediately.
probably not the first people to try that, so I'm kind of with Hungon on this one.
I'm gonna ask her if we can have it. And
I'm
if
gonna
she
ask
says
her
no,
very nicely.
then I'm gonna kill it and take it.
Actually, I have a question. Why don't we give her something that she doesn't have?
I got something she hasn't had yet.
Yeah.
Saw that going.
What if we captured a primal bold?
So we're selling my people now.
Sorry?
He's like, huh?
So primals, not awakened.
I mean,
We
if you capture
captured-
primals as your
Super
people,
bad about it.
We capture a primal Vold, and we do a trade.
Azrael
creature
says, "Yes, that sounds like a great idea." And then it escapes. And now the underworld has to deal with an entire race of hell-infused Vold. God forbid they ever make it back to the material plane.
Well, my thing is, I don't know if she has a Primal Bolt or if she even wants one. That's a lot to try and carry a live Primal Bolt to another plane just to be like, hey, did you want this?
You know what? How about this? I, in my organization, have a lot of, well, sketchy fellows that like the darker side of things.
Yes, you have the
I
one
might
necromancer
be-
friend that you keep referencing.
Maybe I can talk with them and see if one of them knows who and where to find the Black Broker and how she deals with pricing. And then we can go prepared.
All the while, time wastes. Do you believe this would be a worthwhile expenditure of our resources? If so, I will take your word for it, and I will trust you on this. But
I mean, otherwise,
we need
what
to
we're doing
move.
is fighting the Vold at the same time that we might not need to be fighting the Vold.
We could always offer this. I pull out the Lusty Lizard Poke made volume package.
That's limited edition.
He says, when did they come out with Volume 4? Sorry, I digress.
So, Asriel,
Yes, Azrael. He corrects your pronunciation.
Asriel, I need you to send me. I need you.
Yes, Hungan. You need me to send you what? Brandon? Brando?
You go.
Cut out, Brandon.
Well,
Is there a
in-
shop
okay, well,
in here? There's a
yes.
shop here.
There is. There's a shop that one that the Darkness Witch runs, and then there's another one with Arthur Rapod, who's the Scare Witch.
So much money I've got.
Which, by the way, remember Arthur was like obsessed with Vold stuff. Like we sold a non-spinal fluid to him last time we were here, so we probably got a bunch of Vold parts now that we could sell him. Who knows? Maybe he'll love that.
Sorry, my phone died.
Oh, you're good.
But, Azrael, have you ever been to the Gate of Death?
I remember it. Unfortunately, I'm not very well versed in your order.
Alright. Well, if you've been there, you have seen another half-dragon folk there. He goes by the name of Syriel. I need you to send him a message.
His name's Serial.
His name is Syriel.
Typing it in, it's canon.
Syriel.
Yeah, I Cyriel is the way I spelled it.
I need you to send him a message and ask him if he knows who the Black Broker is, or if anybody in the organization does, and what she usually takes as payment, and how she deals with that, and where she is, and how to contact her.
He sends the message and he gets a message back and says, so according to your friend, when making deals with the Black Broker, she tends to have a policy that she only trades up. She has to believe that whatever it is that you are giving her is more powerful than what she is giving you. Which, that sounds simple enough, but considering that she trades in some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe, it's sort of hard to top anything that she has. If you want something from her, you have got to give her something that reputation precedes it. An artifact of such magnificent power that she could trade it for something far more valuable than she could possibly hope for. Something far more valuable than what she is giving you. She only deals with trades. She doesn't deal with money.
There you go. There you all have it. Which means we need something more powerful than the Book of Vecna. More valuable.
A 34 seduction roll.
Oh, who are you trying to seduce? Oh, okay.
Everyone, like,
How about the Spire Seed? That could potentially be more. No, I don't think it's more powerful, but I mean, maybe not to
It
me.
has to be more either, from my understanding,
It'll be a good
With a
base for
rep-
her.
My understanding, it either has to be more powerful, or the reputation of the item has to be greater.
Why don't we just call Shishiki and ask for help?
Yeah.
Again,
not
the
possible.
divine gate is a thing. Gods cannot come to the material plane. Well, technically, you wouldn't be going to the material plane, but still, usually gods don't ever leave their own refuge either.
Well, we could always call Aaron Black.
No, we're not.
He's in the phlogiston. You know, he keeps himself pretty busy in the phlogiston.
Okay. Anyway.
I might have a thing or two.
I do know of someone we could call that's on the material plane.
That has an item that is better than what we are asking for.
I mean, I don't know what he has or what he doesn't have. I've never met him.
Bod takes out both of his bags of the two what are they called? Is it bag of mini? No, it's not bag of mini things. It's a bag of holding. I take out my 2 bags of holding and I just start. Well, I've got this and I've got this and I've got this and I start pulling stuff out.
Oh yeah. And do you put the bag of holding and back into the bag of holding?
No, I'm not that stupid. I pull out this. I was like, well, I got this.
Kitty.
Again, I don't.
Brandon's fat ass kitty.
This is a great idea to do this.
I've heard that before.
Here's the thing. If we don't have something more valuable, then we're wasting our time.
And Azrael says, and how about we just manipulate her? She clearly does not wish to die, right? So, we trade her own life. That is what is more valuable than any artifact she has.
I don't think that's going to work. That sounds super dangerous. Like, we are in Hades.
If nothing else,
Like, it sounds like somebody else has already tried that. Has to.
let me throw this out there. If we can't get the book itself, again, I don't think we're the only people that are going after it. You might have information on who's collecting the eye and the hand of Ekna, and has already contacted her to try and get the book and hasn't been able to. To be honest, I have my own stake in the game here. She has a different artifact that I want, but my vote is going to be to go to Hades.
Well, I am with you on going to Hades. I don't mind helping you in your endeavors, no matter what we do. Just understand, if we're trying to get the book itself, or keep it out of the hands of other things, why don't we call upon the Order of Shield and Light, tell them where it is, and have them go try to kill her? After we get your item, of course.
Maybe? I don't know how...
Azrael says, I second that.
Yes, we'll go get your item, ask the questions that we need to ask, and then we'll tell the Order of Shield and Light who has it, and they can go
Let
deal with
them
that
track
problem.
it down.
Like, I'm just saying, it sounds like
Or
we
we
need to
could just kill her.
go there and scope it out. Maybe not be quite so bloodthirsty from the get-go. And then we'll figure it out.
So,
I have
Night
already
Hags,
said,
while powerful, would be no match for all of us.
again, killing her is not the answer. I am with
Why
you.
not?
That
Because
just
I
sounds like a
enjoy-
dumb idea.
I enjoy living.
Yeah, I enjoy
And
living
so
without
does
curses on it.
she.
Right, so it doesn't sound like we're going to come to an actual agreement here. But it seems like everybody's on board with at least going to Hades to see what the situation would be. Why don't we make
I have an
preparations
idea.
that we need to? What's that?
I have an idea.
Please. Sure.
If you are in favor of not killing her, and you are a member of, let's say, King's,
Motley Crest.
Motley Crest, then raise your hand. And then I raise my hand.
I'm indifferent. I would like to abstain from the vote.
I will also vote not to kill her. She might be hot.
Most hags
Yeah.
usually are.
do you
Trust
say
me.
that? Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Azrael says no. Hags are hideous.
They can shape change.
Exactly. Like, are they really going to be their hideous selves? Come on. I mean, you think I look like this and realize right now I'm in the form of the fawn, who is blonde-haired, blue eyes, handsome, human-looking.
You know, I keep like focusing on your looks, and I just listen to your voice, and I always just pick you up by your voice. Well, there's shops around. There's the magical items around. Are we in agreement? In the morning, we go to Hades. Is that everyone on board with that?
Yes, I'm good with going there.
Then let's make whatever preparations we need to, and get ready to roll to Hades. Hey Gavin, how many shops you got prepared in Nightbind?
Just 2.
Like if they're already ready, like you actually have stuff in them.
Yeah.
Flipping episode.
So the only reason my character came to this area is because I heard that the shopkeepers sleep around.
Like a bullet of slaying.
There's only 2 stores. There's a magicology store and an herbology store. Technically, there's 3, but the other one is like a general goods / grocery store, basically. That pretty much the only people that ever shop there are the people who live here.
Yeah, Nightbind's not a super huge town, man. It's a small community in a forest.
Would there be anything that a monk would be interested in, yes or no?
Let me just share the stores.
I can't see them.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, the magicology store, it's got some scrolls and some wands, primarily, and a potion, and more scrolls and wands.
Okay, you know what? I have a question. Does the herbology place, do they sell seeds?
Yeah, they would.
All right, I want 2 of every seed they have.
Okay, that's going to take me a little bit to think of exactly how many seeds they got, but I'll get back to you on that one.
There you go. There's my shopping. 2 of every seed. I have a greenhouse with nothing in it.
Well, no, you have stuff in it.
I need more.
But it's just like basic stuff.
Yeah, I need more.
I mean, one of the things you see is that they have like seeds that you can grow Theki root with, which Theki root is really cool because it basically makes you incredibly resistant to poison. You have advantage on all saving throws against poison for 8 hours after eating a piece of this root.
Cool. Like I said, I want 2 of every seed that they have.
There's
And
2
for that-
potions of maximum power. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, I'll go. How much did the potions actually cost? Was it half the price of the minimum or something like that?
Well, it's just minimum price. So scrolls are half minimum. Potions are just minimum.
Okay.
So yeah, they're 500 for 1 potion of maximum power.
Would this diamond guy be of any kind of threat towards the Watchers?
Yes. Yes, very much so. I guarantee you that the Watchers have already taken notice.
Is there any chance Karzar would have spoken to me about the Watchers and what's going on with them?
Yes, he would have, and would have told you all about Dorian Stormbringer.
Did you? Okay. All right. Can you text me some stuff after the game tonight
Yeah, we'll do.
about that?
Honestly, Tony, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a message real quick, Tony, and then I'm not gonna. It's real simple.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here.
Oh, Gavin, I'm buying all 3 potions of Watchful Rest.
Okay.
How much is that? They're between 50 and 100 gold pieces.
That's how you jump to present. Okay. So the potions of Watchful Rest, it's going to be the minimum price. So I think that's from the herbology shop.
Yeah.
So 1 potion of Watchful Rest is just 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll buy all 3 of them, so 150 gold pieces. Cool. So I'll turn that 8 until 11.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna take both potions of maximum power. Available for whoever wants them. So that'll be 1,000.
Okay, and my potions of Watchful Rest grow from 8 to 11.
Yeah, you know what? There we go. I'm also gonna get both things of Marusa Balm and all your Thicky Root. So that would be 1,000, 1,200, and 9. Thicky Root is cheap. 1,209.
You get my messages, Tony? Hey, Tony, did you hear me?
Yeah, I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
I'm reading it.
Alright. Sorry. While he's doing that, Gavin, did you hear what I was saying about snagging?
Yeah, so you were buying the Marusa Balm, I heard that. And what else were you buying?
All of your Marusa Balm, all of your potions of maximum power, and all of the Thicky Root.
So the Marusa Balm, that is 200 gold pieces total. The maximum power.
Yeah, I already calculated it. I subtracted it all.
Okay, let me delete it from the store.
Let me drag it into my stuff. Actually, I've got some that's already in here.
And then what other thing, other than the Marusa Balm and the maximum power, what else?
Let's see. Marusa Balm.
Watchful Rest, you bought all those. And
Marusa Balm, I got 2.
okay. You guys are cleaning out this store.
Well, those are some good things.
They have some Magitoad Ichor, if you guys want that.
Well, you know what? That doesn't look like the good stuff. Maybe Dave has the good stuff around.
Okay.
Maximum power. Where's my maximum power? Oh, snap! It's up too. So that gives me.
Hey, I will say that
4.
the Magitoad Ichor, in addition to letting you breathe underwater, it also gets you really high.
As it should.
And Thicky Root. Oh, I have 6 Thicky Root. Got it. Okay. I really want that potion of speed. I don't know if I want to spend $5,000 on it though. You know what? I'm gonna want that thing. I got bond money. I got my daddy Warbucks has been sponsoring me.
Are you gonna buy it?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up that potion speed.
All right,
So
let me
that's
delete it from the store.
$5,000. Goodness. I don't have the components to make something like that though. That they're hard to come by.
I mean, all you gotta do is shave a Quickling. You just have to catch it.
Quicklink or what was it? It was like an something from the.
There's
Underdark.
something else you can get it from. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's a big stone.
All right. I will go ahead and get the stuff to make a few. In fact, what does it take me? Like 2 hours, I think.
Did Anand want any of these scrolls? I mean, there's Scroll of Arcane Eye, Animate Objects, Scroll of Blight, Scroll of Dimension Door, Dream, Great Insight, Legend. Oh, you already have Legend Lore. Modify Memory.
I mean,
Is
that
even
Wand
here.
of Conducting.
I'm talking about the scrolls. He's a wizard.
I know. But the Wand of Conducting. You can play music by flicking the wand.
Oh, you're talking about for the bard.
Yeah.
What is it?
I see that. I noticed that.
Is
Oh.
Marte even there?
I don't know if he is. I think he might have had to have stepped away.
Okay, well, we'll give him a chance.
He was
to look
also
in the
saying
shop.
that he was in and out of power, and like he was having to use his phone as a hotspot.
I'm assuming you're gonna let him take a look at this in case he wants any of it.
Yeah, I am.
Alright, cool.
Let's see how.
You gotta worry about it. I say we do a long rest and then we get to whatever we're doing.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm just waiting on you guys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
Hey, Gavin. I'm gonna also
What's up?
spend the money for the parts because it's always just the goal. We don't ever actually have it. And if I have the time, I want to spend 4 hours working with Miss Lily to make some potions. I'm just gonna make 4 potions of advantage because that's what Bond said he wanted.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that's fine. What's the gold cost of that?
680 gold for all 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So 680.
I would say it's coming up on the evening hour, so that's probably all you're gonna have time to do.
That's what I
But-
figured. I wasn't gonna try and push it for anything else.
So I'm gonna take a watchful rest potion out of the 11 I have, and
You have 11 of them now?
yeah, with those things I just bought, I had 8.
I
and
made
I
them a
bought
bunch.
3.
They're actually cheap to make.
Hey, can I get? I want 10 more of those.
So I will say I'm gonna go ahead and give you 2 potions of advantage in the morning if you want to just go and throw that in your inventory.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I mean, if you want to push it.
Hey, Gavin.
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there any potions of haste?
Yeah, there was one, and it got purchased.
Of course. it did.
Lucas bought it. But it was like 5,000.
Alright, I'll drag it into the chat. There you go. Go ahead and grab yourself 2 of those there, Bon.
I already had it in my inventory. I just put +2. I just
Gotcha.
added 2. I didn't have any, so 0. Like I didn't, but
The link was there.
Yeah, the item. I keep the items in my inventory. But yeah, so let's go. Yeah, so I'm gonna use a potion of watchful rest. So it brings me down to 10 potions of watchful rest. And I'm gonna make as many C4 bullets as I can.
Okay. As far as how many you can make,
It's gonna be that great.
give
for
me a
what we're doing.
tinkering check. Let me just see how quick.
Tinkering check. That's a
Alright, the
Intelligence.
Black Broker's back.
intelligence.
Well, you
Hey,
are
look-
just the broker.
No, well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, though. Technically.
Technically.
Hey,
I know where you're
hey,
going with
look at-
that.
Look at the shop and see what scroll you want, because there's a lot of good scrolls in there.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got 10
Wish I
back
could
on
look
it.
at
Hold
the
on.
shop. Because I would buy absolutely nothing, like always.
I wasn't planning on you guys doing shopping. That was them who wanted to go shopping.
So yeah, what is that intelligence?
You should take
save?
it as a boon to
Yeah,
plan
you can.
what you're going to do while we're doing it.
So, yeah, you can make 1 bullet for every hour. So that gives you 4 bullets.
What?
Well, you have 4 hours.
I drank a potion of watchful rest.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. So that gives you. Okay, yeah. So you can make 8.
Wait, are we not including the 4 hours I got before?
Yes, we are.
So that means 12.
11 and a half.
Oh, yeah, they got half a bullet. Yeah, makes real sense.
All right. So what you guys doing?
Well, I will say, if we decide to go on the way of the murdery, please let me know. Maybe we step out and then we do quick prepare. I have
Alright, I'm
main
logged back in.
preparations
Can
in
you-
case we ended up having to
Okay.
take down the hag. And with everything going on, I thought this might be a thing. I've been planning
need
to
to
have to
link
deal with
the
this hag
shop,
for a
please.
while.
We might need that fire resistant potion that's in the shop if we want to do something
Link
like that.
the shop. Again. Please.
Him.
There you go.
Matt.
What does Arthur Rapod think of this whole Volt thing going on here, huh?
He misses the days when it was just as simple as him and his bugs. And he thinks I think that the Awakened are some fine folks. I hate that their name has to get just sullied through the mud because of these
Wow.
darn primals.
Bro. You quoted wow. That was that intentional?
What did I quote?
We were literally my grandfather for about 5 minutes. That's perfect. Most of these spells I already have. Y'all know I've been hoarding scrolls and spells the entire campaign.
Oh my
I have
God.
almost all of this stuff already.
Do you have a wand of scowls?
A wand of what?
Scowls. You can make somebody frown.
I have the smile. I don't have the scowls. What is the wand of conducting? I thought I
Lets
have
you
one of those
play
already.
music.
Dorian kept one forever.
The wand regains.
I need to get you guys a guitar dagger. That's what I need to make available.
Can create orchestral music by waving it around. The music can be heard. Yeah, I want that.
Okay.
Was the bard already gonna get it? 'Cause he said something about it, but I don't know if he
You know,
wanted it.
there's two of them. If
Harold,
if
were
they
you
both
gonna
want to
the
get
wand
the
of conducting? Geraldo.
I wasn't gonna buy anything. I was trying to save my money.
Oh, you don't want the wand of
It's just
conducting?
playing music for 1 minute, which I can do with an instrument.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah, but you could. That's why you could make an orchestra. You could be a one-man orchestra with this. You could have it play music at the same time as you play music.
Do I slide it over to my inventory or put it in the chat box?
It's in the chat box.
But do I slide it over into my inventory?
Yes, and then deduct. How much does it cost? 50 gold.
Alright.
100 gold. I mean, it's 100 gold, but yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
For everyone else, 100 gold for me. Okay. Yeah.
I don't want anything. I have almost all of this.
Okay. I just thought I would go off.
But I do thank you.
There we go. Alright, it's deducted.
Wait, so you have the scroll of you have Dimension Door? You have greater insight
I'm not
and
gonna use
modify mind?
that. I think I have the mind one. I don't have the greater insight, but I don't think I would use it anywhere.
Okay.
While we're doing stuff, I did want to have a quick question to Azrael.
Okay.
You said you plane shifted to what was it? Sigil?
Sigil in the Outlands.
Well, I'm new to plane riding. I've got a few different tuning forks though, but do you have one maybe that I could either borrow or buy from you to get a sigil?
I have one.
The
That's
sigil?
where we went last. That's where we went last time when we did our shopping
Yeah,
session.
that's what I said. And Gavin was like, "Nah."
Yes, that's
No, I
literally
must
where we
have
went.
misheard you. Yeah, you guys have been there before.
Yeah, we literally went to Sigil.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I said because that's where we went and bought the other tuning fork, and Gavin was like, "No, that was somewhere else."
I must have misunderstood then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys have been to Sigil. Yeah. You never left Sigil, so like you never went to the Outlands. Technically, the Sigil is part of the Outlands, but it's also kind of separate from it too. It's in that realm, but it's like Cloud City is way up in the sky of Corellia. It's still on Corellia, but like it's its own thing.
I
But-
wanted to try and
and-
get one, but if if Nod has one, then that's fine.
Yes. I produce one. Ha
So-
Alright. Let's get our long rest
I don't know if anybody
going,
caught
and
my
then-
Star Wars reference there.
Yes, we got the Cloud City.
All right. But I mean, so Marte, you wouldn't want to spread your seeming around. You wouldn't want to give
I think that
everybody
same
a
joke
piece
the
of your
last time
Yeah.
we were here.
seeming.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh. And then I guess he said no last time, seeing as how it's still in the shop.
I'm not that type of wizard.
I think that's
I'm a more-
exactly what he said last time.
In your face type of wizard.
You're not about the illusions and
No,
the
I'm not.
subterfuge.
There's no subterfuge, there's no illusions, there's no subtlety. I'm gonna whip it out and we're gonna use it, and that's the end of it.
I mean, that's what I tried to tell her last night, but it just wasn't working.
Let it
I was told to go away.
change over the next decade.
All right. So, you guys want to go ahead and get through your rest and get this done, or you want to
Yeah.
fuck around with shop some more?
No, I'm snoozing. Good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Good deal. All right, so you take your rest, you wake up, and I assume you plane shift to Hades.
Well, we don't plane shift to Nowhere Land, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, you would have to leave the forest first. So, sorry, you were saying something, Tony?
Yeah, no, I need a image dump from you. I need to know what we're looking at, what the landscape looks like, how does it smell, what does the dirt taste like?
Okay. Well, the dirt tastes like ass. And I'm not sure if
Really?
Winston knows what ass would taste like, but that's what it tastes
Marte.
like.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Marte, do you know what it tastes like? I don't know.
You mean Anand or me personally?
You personally,
You know what?
I
Hey,
guess.
let's diverge from this
I've
conversation.
been
To
married for like 15 years. I just want to point that out.
Anyways.
back to Hades.
All right. So you arrive in this dark landscape. It's rocky, cavernous, with jutting mountaintops that you can see off in the distance. But picture like an inverted version of like the Grand Canyon. It's large and it's vast, but everything is just completely devoid of life. There's no color. It's depressing. It's dark. There's bolts of lightning that jut across the sky and loudly create thunder, but there's no rain. It's hot. Very, very hot. Hotter than it should be, but it doesn't feel like it's humid. It's not muggy. This whole area is just meant to be as dismal as possible by its very design.
The natives. It's only a dry heat.
Yeah, okay. Well, as far as where you can go, the thing about Hades is that the landscape is constantly shifting. Just because you've walked past one area before doesn't mean when you walk back the same way, you're going back actually the same way. You could walk forward, turn around, and walk back again and be going a completely different direction, even though you're literally tracing the same line.
Sounds like my house after my wife orders Amazon packages.
Yeah. The Hades has a way of taking you where it wants you to go. And unless you're really proficient with navigating it, which none of you are, it's kind of hard to carve out your own path. You can, and you can actively resist the plane, and if you feel like it's trying to send you in a certain direction, you can just say no and
we
go
just use
somewhere
Find the
else.
Path?
I cast Find the Path.
Okay.
Is that a spell that you have?
Yeah. Oh, well, if I had a long rest, I can swap it around.
Well, you did.
Yeah, I definitely would have swapped it around then. I don't have my character sheet, so... No, wait.
Okay.
I don't think... Dude, clerics get Find the Path.
Yeah,
clerics
you do.
have Find the
I'm
Path.
looking at it.
Mhm.
Bards, clerics, druids.
Yeah, and I got Ivory Sticks. For, Legend Lore.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you cast Find the Path, and this plane isn't going to deceive you. So it attempts to send you in a certain direction. It attempts to send you down a canyon path, but you know that's not the way, as your senses pull you into a forest. Which, how you didn't even notice this, how you needed a spell to find this is beyond you, because it sticks out like a sore thumb. This lush forest that's isolated as a sort of oasis in this dismal landscape. You follow your instincts and walk into the forest, and as you continue onwards, it continues darkening, and you hear voices that first starts as a whisper that erupts slowly into a bellowing echo of "You are not prepared." Just 100 different sentences being said at the same time. You are not worthy. You are not prepared. You will never leave here. What is it that you really search for? Do you even know your destination? Who are you? What are you? And you can't make sense of any of it. You're hearing it all at once, but also none at all. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
So, can I do a thing?
Oof.
I am going to use a luck point and re-roll that shit because that was a nat 1.
Oh. I don't know if Lucas wants to re-roll or anything. He got a solid 4.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and fix this. Okay.
Whatever. I got a 9.
I got an
A
appropriate
nod decides that he succeeds. So there's that.
Okay.
Do you want to re-roll anything?
And then let's see. Who else? Oh my gosh.
That's what. Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
I'm gonna also use a luck point.
I was like, yeah, I don't know if you want to do that,
Didn't you
man.
already use a luck point?
No, that was Voss.
There you go.
Yeah.
You rolled one up there, and then you rolled a second one.
Does my
I just got
simulacrum
back.
does my simulacrum need to
I rolled for
Roll.
me, and then I rolled for you.
Oh.
or do simulacrums have to roll?
They do.
Ugh. But Julius is above this. Like, fine.
So does he just choose to succeed as well?
No, he rolled a 3. Julius also chooses to succeed. He's like,
Okay.
so we're superior.
So, can I do a thing as Neston?
You may.
First off, can you roll for me as well?
Yeah, I can do that.
A wisdom save?
Oh, I need to change the music. Let me do that real quick, and then I need to change the music. This doesn't quite fit the tone.
You need to put some hellacious music on.
Yeah, I really do.
Should play some Disturbed.
No, I can't do that.
You mean the
Why?
Hag doesn't chill out to Japanese lo-fi? What?
Quality.
Yeah, no, she does not. I like this one. Technically, it's the wrong plane, but this works.
I'm indestructible.
So, is this a charmed or frightened effect? Because if so, nesting gets advantage on it.
Oh wait, what the hell?
Sure.
No, Jockey Music is now saying YouTube videos are no longer supported. What? It was just playing a YouTube video.
Update again.
Well then, that's unfortunate, isn't it, old boy?
It says this change took effect in 2022. What is it talking about? We've been using it until literally just now. I'm gonna try one more thing, and if this doesn't work, then I guess we're just going without music.
Everybody put on their hi-fi. K-pop.
Yo, I'm down with some K-pop.
Twice. Listen to some Twice.
Absolutely.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, okay. Then this song works. All right. That was weird. Okay. What's up?
Is this a charmed or fright mix effect?
I'm feeling lonely.
This is a charmed effect. I'll say it's kind of that's a bit of a stretch, but
Roll for me and nesting, and we'll both get advantage.
okay. Oh well, Neston didn't even need it.
So, feeling what this effect does.
Mine would be advantage too, but
feeling what this effect is trying to manipulate our mind, I'm going to go ahead and activate my Twilight Blessing.
Okay, what does that do?
It automatically ends at the start of every character's turn. It automatically ends one frightened or charmed effect.
So you can sense that what this is. This is essentially a memory erasure effect. If you had failed this, you would have completely forgotten why you even came here. You would have forgotten where you even came from. You would have wandered off into this forest, eventually leaving the forest out into the canyon, never to be seen again, never even realizing where you came from. This would have become your home.
So this is a 30-foot.
That wouldn't matter for his monk either.
This is a 30-foot sphere of dim light, and I will tell everyone, please do not leave the sphere. There is evil at work here.
I'm gonna step outside the sphere.
You're gonna get rolled by
Are you
better than
serious?
nothing.
Yeah, like, I'm not joking. I'm gonna step outside the sphere.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
No, I don't.
What do you mean, no, you don't?
Cancel an effect.
What are you talking
It's
about?
one of my monk abilities. I can cancel a charmed or feared effect.
What's it called?
I don't.
You still have to make the saving throw, and the effect has to take place before you can use that ability.
Okay, then you know what? Screw it. I'm saying this right. I'm just fucking here. I'm also
This time.
This time.
From now on, you say you're doing that. I'm taking it for your word.
Okay.
Alright. So, you resist the effect, but all of you, other than like a couple of you, did succumb to it initially, and after it gets lifted, you realize what just happened. Lucas, for a moment, you completely forgot who you were. You forgot what your objective was. You forgot who you're working for.
I got
For a moment.
18.
Yeah, you used luck point.
No, you got a... Because since she'd already rolled for you, you got a 4.
No.
And then when you re-rolled, you got a 1. Or a 2.
Shenanigans, but fine.
Oh, yeah.
And Anand, Anand, you succeeded. So yeah,
I decided to succeed. Hell cannot
Yeah.
hold me down, sir.
But you know what would have happened. This is a frightening effect, and while of course Hades is known for things like this is artificial. This doesn't just come from the plane itself.
My father was much more terrifying than whatever we are right now. I guarantee you.
Okay.
Anad truly believes that. He's like, you
I'm
have
sure
no
he
idea
does.
He channels
what I
the
grew up
ability of
doing.
child abuse.
Yes.
I mean, it's entirely possible his father may have tried to eat him at one point. So,
Yes.
You continue forward until you eventually see this large, viscous flower, but in a display of nightmare fuel, the flower itself moves and positions itself in front of you. And as these bloody petals of this flower peel back, what you finally realize, these petals are skin. As they peel back and reveal the night hag underneath, the slow trickle of blood continues to saturate the soil underneath it.
So, I know this is a little late, but I am curious. Who all is with us? We left the force. Azrael was talking that he was going to come.
Azrael is with you.
Is Heredia there?
Heretia is not there, but because there is a limit to how many people you can take with plane shift.
Sure.
So, as far as, in fact, let's go ahead and nail that down. I'm glad you said that. Let's nail down exactly who you would have been able to bring, because plane shift
can only bring like 27 people on the combat roster again. That's what I really want to see. That just
you can have 8 people with you, and up to 8, so you can have a total of 9.
Alright, let's see here. We got
7 total.
Voss 2. Which is, I know his name was Richard at one point, but what is it, Snowflake now?
Yeah, Snowflake.
Okay.
If you take both simulacrums, you then know Azrael is not there. Because if you take both simulacrums, that's 9.
Well, that's including himself. Yeah, Azrael would have to come.
No, he doesn't have to be the one that casts this. You have another person that can cast this too.
I also can cast this.
Or we can just have one of the simulacrums stay behind.
Who's gonna actually agree to that? Where I go, my kid goes. Do you want me to cast it as well? We can just go together. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
I can bibbity bobbity boo and it'll be all over with.
Is this plane shift?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is plane shift.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't have plane shift. I have teleport. Damn it.
Wait, why are we plane shifting again?
We're not.
You're
We're
not.
just saying how many
We're
people
getting the
come with.
logistics of who all is there, because you can only have a total of 9.
I mean,
I would like to point out that the name phlogiston is really weird.
Like, I'm fine with
That's what it's
leaving
called.
my simulacrum back up on Earth in the normal plane or whatever.
I think it might be better to have a better variety of people that know how to deal with this. And to be honest, I'd imagine that the hag has a bunch of magical abilities, and Azrael was part of the Spelljammer squad.
Fair enough.
So we do not have Snowflake, but we do have Azrael.
Okay.
Is that what we're going with? We get
Yep,
that?
that's fine by me.
Yep, very good.
All right.
And Miss Lily. And Heredia. And Big Pappy.
No, you do not have that.
I mean, technically, we
Worth a
got
try.
2 people that can do plane shift. We can take as many people as we would like.
So these petals peel back and actually reveal, if it wasn't for the fact that she's covered in blood, somebody who you would find to be quite attractive, most likely. You see a dark-skinned, She appears to be taking on sort of almost like a drow-like form, though not exactly, more just a dark-skinned elf. But you imagine this to be the Black Broker, and yes, she can change her form. She has deep red eyes. She currently has bright, like bleach blonde hair, dark skin. Is just wearing like some dark robes, almost like toga style. Think like ancient Greece. And she's adorned with a number of pieces of jewelry. All in all, not too extravagant, but she appears to be bound at her back to this flower. And she just speaks and says, "Hello, weary travelers. My, look what we have here. 9 of you, all here to see little old me. As you wish, state what it is that you are after. I will demand payment, and the exchange will be completed."
Well, evening's tranquil. Big fan. I have been searching for some time for a particular sword that used to belong to a fallen angel.
Oh? And who is this angel?
I'm looking for the sword of Zariel.
Ah, I see. You must have a stake in the Blood War.
Not quite, but yes, I am affiliated with some of the people that are in powers of position there.
Well,
Position of powers? Yeah.
thousands of devils and demons alike have visited me for the sword, and none have been able to pay the price. Now, why does a witch believe that you would be able to do what some of the most powerful fiends in the multiverse cannot?
Because I am a witch, I've got a few things that I might be able to barter.
I have one thing specifically, or should I say 2 things specifically, that I would be willing to barter for this sword of Zariel.
Alright.
Bring me the hand and eye of Vecna. Do that, and I will give you the sword.
Right, if I had the hand and eye of Vecna, I wouldn't even be negotiating with you. I would just take it.
Oh, you would take it.
Do you think you could stand against somebody that had all the powers of Vecna?
It's not to say that I could stand against it, but then you would never find your sword.
How about...
Neston takes a good half step back.
Before we go into that type of discussion, I do have some things that you might be interested in.
I am of fairly singular mind at the moment, but feel free to share if you would like.
What if you had a wand that could paralyze people?
Oh yes, and I am to trade that for a divine relic.
Well,
that's no deal.
I have something else. What if you could take an entire land and snuff out the sun?
Color me intrigued. Now, you wouldn't lie to me, would you? You wouldn't try to deceive me, would you?
Well, now you're just hurting my feelings. And
Because I would be quite angry if you were.
Well then, let's not lie to each other, shall we? And I will reach into my bag. One second here. I have to look at my 1,000,002 items that I have.
Do you want to go ahead and make a speech, Sean?
Oh, a whole speech? Hey, did you guys know how badass you are? I'm just saying, you're pretty badass. And of the badass people there are, y'all are the most badass of badasseries.
Yeah.
And everybody gets the temporary hit points.
If you're all thinking about going into a fight, I would like to not do that.
I know, but I wasn't just saying that
There
for
it
a
is.
fight. I'm saying that in case of anything could happen kind of thing.
So I will reach into my bag and I will pull out a very inky black pearl. And as I hold it up, all the light around it just gets faded away and gets sucked into the pearl. This can block out the sun.
What item is it that you're holding?
It is the Nightfall Pearl. Here, I'll put it in chat for you. Think I was lying? I've been holding on to this for just such an occasion.
That is excellent prep. Mad respect, yo.
So soon I will be calling for a persuasion check from you, but there's a little more dialogue that's going to go on before that.
All right.
She says, I do indeed like this relic. However, currently this sword is what is keeping me safe from your little war. Why would I give up this safety, the assurance of my own life, for this admittedly powerful trinket, but it does not keep me safe from the blood war? What can you offer me that does?
There's something I can, but it's a secret. It's a secret I can share, but it will give you more bargaining power in this war than that sword would.
And you're prepared to give up your soul if you are lying to me?
Yeah.
If you are telling the truth, you have nothing to worry about. But if you are lying, your soul is forfeit.
I know one of the biggest kept secrets of the Blood War. I can give it to you. But I don't think you're going to get the pearl and that.
The pearl is assurance. If I happen to not find this relic, this information to be as useful as you believe it is, at the very least I have the pearl. I don't walk away empty-handed. There's a chance that if I simply take your information and I find it not as much to my liking as you believe it will be, that I do. I do not like taking risks.
Understood, but I'm taking a risk as well. If I tell you the secret, it puts my life at risk. It's something I should know, and if it gets found out that I told anyone, it puts a target on my back. I think you have more to gain out of this than I do.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okie dokie.
He succeeds.
For this one, he's going to have to roll it.
He succeeds. What are you talking about?
I may not be Shiziki, but I'm still pretty good at these things.
So, you notice that in the background, this hulking mountain, at least what you thought was a mountain, stands up into an immeasurably powerful golem. Now, at first, you think you're about to come under attack, but as the golem opens up, you see it plunge its hand into its own chest. And as this hand emerges, it carries a very bright object in its grasp, just in between two little fingers. A blade of silver with a light blue tinge. She says, when you leave this forest, provided that you sign the accord, which she makes an arcane motion as this red seal appears in front of you. We are both duty-bound from our very existence to follow the terms. And you're familiar with this for a couple of reasons. One, as being a witch, you understand this, but also considering where you're from, you know exactly what you are signing into as well. You or her cannot defy the terms. When you leave the forest, provided that your information is deemed to be useful, the sword will be delivered to you. You will not enter the forest again unless you seek a separate artifact. If you do so with hostile intentions, your soul is forfeit. If I, by any means, provided that your information is considered to be useful, fail to deliver the sword to you, my soul is forfeit. Do you agree to these terms?
All right. Yes. You able to hear me
State
there,
your
Gavin?
fact.
Ah.
Yeah, I heard you.
I am looking for an item as well.
Of course. All contracts will be resolved upon your exit from the forest. Until then, we may continue to do dealings.
The book of Vecna.
Let me conclude the current contract.
If you guys don't want to be at risk of some very powerful devils coming after you, I would not listen to this. And I will get in close. And I'll lean in. There's a secret that is kept amongst the Dark Eight. All of them are known to be immortal. They're not. That is the biggest kept secret of the Blood War. When one dies, they're replaced and changed to look like the previous. They currently have one already ready for when one goes down.
And which one goes down next?
I told you the secret. Another one costs you more.
No, that will do just fine. And you see she has a large ear-to-ear grin. This information is sufficient. My golem will deliver to you your artifact once you exit the forest. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise.
Now, half-dragon, what is that you desire?
The book of Vecna.
Do you mean the Book of Vile Darkness? I do ask that you use correct terminology when referring to ancient relics.
I would like the book of Vile Darkness.
Ah, I see. May I ask for what?
You may not.
That's unfortunate. I feel as though I may have to haggle with you much more harshly then. You see, information is oftentimes, as has just been presented, as has just been demonstrated, is oftentimes much more valuable.
On the material plane, there is a ancient dragon that is coming to devour.
Oh, you speak of the Creeping Doom. Yes, I know all about this.
The one using it to help us mitigate this problem.
And why do you believe the Book of Vile Darkness can be an effective weapon against an entity that is essentially Vile Darkness incarnate?
You may take it and leave, or we can use it to nullify him.
Honestly, I don't care. Whatever, if you believe it will help you. I don't believe you can afford the book, however. I don't believe you have anything that I would be interested in. After all, I still have not really gotten my hand or my eye of Vecna, and for reasons I cannot disclose, I very much want them.
Why do you want it?
Oh, well, I am not... In the same fashion as you, I am not obligated to answer that question.
So what do you want for it?
I would like the hand and eye of Vecna. Now, thankfully, our witch friend here was able to provide me with something of similar value to that, but that does not mean I have stopped. That does not mean I have discarded my goal.
Of course.
Why, do you, for some reason, believe you have something of comparable value to the Book of Vile Darkness? Because if so, I do enjoy a good joke. So I would be be completely open to hearing it.
She wants the dick.
Yes.
And she kind of leans back in like a relaxed fashion as she's having this conversation with you. You can tell she is not intimidated by any of you in the slightest.
Oh. It makes you fear. I will
Say that
bring
one more time, Brandon.
How about I make you
Oh,
a
excuse
deal?
me.
You give me the book about darkness. And a soul cage. And I will bring you to 8,000 souls.
No deal. Not as valuable.
How many souls would it take?
More than your planet has for what I plan to do with it.
There are other planets. I will live along.
Oh, and you mean to go on a cosmic crusade for my benefit?
Yes. Because your benefits me.
And you believe you're powerful enough to take enough souls to truly cover the costs of this contract. After all, if you cannot, it is your soul on the line. I would own you for all eternity.
Yes. I will agree to it. You tell me how many souls.
10 million.
Done. I will bring 10 million souls.
Putting your own.
You would have until the expiration of your natural life to acquire for me 10 million souls. And if you are not able to do so, I own you for all eternity. You are mine. If I wish to torture you, I get to torture you. If I wish to feed upon your spectral energy, I get to do so. If I tell you to kill, you kill. If I tell you to roll over, you do just that. For all of eternity. That is really a price you are willing to pay. Of course, if that is what you are willing to pay, I am more than willing to go along with it. But you do not... You know what?
I am willing to pay the price. You give me the container to hold the souls and the Book of Our Darkness, and I will give you your souls.
I require half up front.
You. 5 million casually.
You know what? I take my soul until I deliver.
Give
You
me
can
a
have a
persuasion
rack on.
check.
How's your...
They can have.
She does say, though, again, the value of one soul is little to nothing to me.
Give me a second.
I have a question, madam.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna use that one.
No deal. 5 million souls up front. Delivered in full. Or no book.
I have a question, if you don't mind answering the simple question, madam.
Speak your mind, elf.
What did you trade with the person who traded you the book?
I am not obligated to answer this question.
No, you're not, but it's just a curious question.
For this book, I gave this book's antithesis. That is all I will say.
How do you know it's the real one?
Don't overthink the word antithesis, Sean. I already know you are.
I
Consider
really
the
wasn't.
definition
I
of the
got
word.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew where I was going with that. You gave up a dildo?
You... my companions might not know what I know, but the person that you got the book from, how could you trust them?
I don't have to trust them when contracts are involved.
You sure your contract wasn't manipulated and you have the real thing?
I don't know. Would you care for me to test it?
Preferably not on myself. They could possibly explode.
Well,
That would...
I would suggest it would be unwise to tempt such ire, then.
Would you like some tea?
No, thank you.
I'm going to stand over here into the corner and make some tea.
Oh.
I do not have.
I'm gonna make her some tea anyways.
Okay.
I do not have 5 million soldiers like that.
You know, I've actually rethought our little deal, Half-Dragon. I have one thing I might accept. If I am familiar with your world, I'm sensing... Alpharesk, that's where you're from. Yes, there exists a guild on your world. Oh, what are they called? I believe they're called Death's Gate. Now, you see, I am very bored most of the time, and I must say, you know, I find myself having to become increasingly clever, increasingly creative to pass the time nowadays. I mean, to be a mortal, it's such a hassle. So I would be willing to give you the Book of Vile Darkness under one condition. I will give you this orb, as she manifests an orb in her hand, and see, what this will let me see is everything from your perspective. And now, what I'm going to need you to do is go back to your world and murder every single member of your guild. As I watch.
Best I can do is put it in my shower.
Yeah.
You want me to murder? Okay.
Yes, all of them. Every last one.
Stop murdering you.
You're welcome to try. Not that people haven't before, but go ahead, give it a shot.
Nothing less. Nothing more.
I do have an interesting book collection if you would like to take a look.
What's the market value of this in the underground world? Like, I just want to know where the some of these are. I'm not saying Book of Vile Darkness. I'm saying it's just like a 10 gold. Am I getting like a tenner? Is it like 20? Is this like a shiny Pokemon card? Like you didn't realize it was worth as much as what it is?
It's a Charizard.
And I'm gonna swing.
You're gonna attack her?
What?
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds
I'm
good.
just calling
What?
my entire family. She's dead.
No, he's not.
Oh,
He's not. He's not.
What is-
gonna- He's not attacking her.
Why? Why is
Yeah.
why?
I'm gonna
No.
cast
why
it
is
down.
this happening?
He's not. He's not gonna attack her.
Are you sure he's not?
The moment he tries to attack her, he is going to appear back where we started. He's not attacking her. We need this book.
How are you gonna make that happen?
I am going to cast Dimension, or what's that thing called? Planar Shift again. And then I'm going to decide that it succeeds. That we're not doing this.
You guys are gonna have to roll initiative to see who acts first on that.
Oh, great.
I'm a chronology wizard.
I may have something for this.
Beat the 7, man. That's all I gotta do.
So if I give my Twilight Blessing to Anon, and he gets advantage on his initiative.
How's a nat 20 for you, baby?
Okay. You just catch the general rage oozing from Ungan's direction, and you teleport him away.
Afterwards, I could always finally get a good use of polymorph.
We're not doing this today.
or I was saying I could turn him into a turtle, or I could use banishment on him. Just take him out of the discussion for a little while.
Banishment would actually have done well. Just send him back to our plane.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
Actually,
that continues to try, and I'm casting banishment.
Well, he's there now, so
charisma
he's
saving
okay.
She, after this occurs though, and she sees you teleport him away, she says to the rest of you, if that would have transpired, you would not have liked what would have happened. If I see your friend again, and he even so much as looks at me wrong, this entire plane will be your enemy, not just myself, and you will never find what it is that you look for.
Yeah,
just to make it all, put it all out on the table.
We're not.
Many have tried.
Don't worry, we're not going to let him attack you.
To put it out there, physically, I am not all that much more powerful than a typical night hag. With that being said, I am one of the last individuals in the multiverse that you want to be an enemy of.
You have the Book of Vile Darkness.
You try. Go ahead.
I will say this is the only thing I have to offer, and I will. And you're probably going to laugh at it, but I figured give it the old good college try. And I show her the spire seed.
Ooh. Another spire seed.
Oh, you have 2.
I have a few of them.
All I see him doing.
Now, I unfortunately must say though that I am quite a busy woman. Is there anything else you can possibly offer me? Anything?
I mean, I got 4. I don't know. I know it's not 10 million, but I got 4 primal volts souls.
No deal.
Yeah, no deal. Figured.
Here's the question.
Key.
Yeah, I think
I
we're just
wanted
throwing.
to proposition her, but he didn't want anything out of it.
I've got an arcane cannon. No, you don't want that.
That's what he said.
Chances are, if what you're offering isn't of legendary quality or higher, she's probably not going to want it. You imagine?
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, I still have this pearl that can block out the sun.
I thought she already took that.
No, she didn't.
No, she only took the secret.
That's
Yes,
right.
but I'd much rather have the Book of Vile Darkness than that.
Well, what if it was for information?
More information.
There's somebody else that's looking for the eye in hand of Vecna, and they might be coming after the book as well. And to be honest, I don't think they're going to be wanting to part with it. We might. And this person that has it has been getting into some dealings that we're not exactly fans of. So maybe, if you know that person that's trying to get their hands on this, we could go obtain it. And then we'll have something to be able to barter for the book for.
Perhaps. So, what is it that you want me to give you?
I'm sure if you're that interested in the eye and the hand of Vecna, you might know who has it currently. I'm saying we could go and retrieve it.
Oh, I see. Yes, I do know who has it.
Well, if you're not willing to give us the book, maybe you can point us in the direction of who has the hand and eye.
I can do so for a contract.
Well, I imagine that would be a bit cheaper than for the book itself.
Of course. Somebody has to be willing to enter into the contract. So, which among you?
Well, what is the cost for the contract?
You will deliver the hand and eye of Vecna to me. Once that is done, I will give you the Book of Vile Darkness. If you fail to deliver the hand and eye of Vecna to me, of course you know the drill, your soul is forfeit. If by some means I am unable to give the Book of Vile Darkness to you, then my soul is forfeit. However, no treachery may be involved. You may not hire anyone to come here and attempt to make it impossible for me to deliver the Book of Vile Darkness to you.
I think that seems a little slighted. I mean, one thing for us to go and have to get it, but then to actually come here and just straight up deliver it to you. It seems like the hand and the eye have a bit more worth than the book itself. So, whoever has it, you know you're not getting it from. But, if it's with us, there's a chance. At the very least, you know we're willing to come back and deal with you.
Make a persuasion check.
Bond, you're supposed to be the talk guy that's go around. Why am I having to do all this?
I offered her the seed, and then she said she had multiple of them. I don't know what to do. That's a legendary item. I have no legendary items.
Okay. Dude, your rolls are on point tonight, man.
It's my persuasion, man. I'll never fail persuasion, regardless of what character I play.
She says,
"Oh no,
the individual that you are seeking, who is currently in possession of the hand and eye of Vecna, goes by the name of Meliana."
Just to throw that out there, isn't that the chick that's working for the one that was with the vampires, right?
She was Kaleem's assassin.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. She is a near miser. At least that is what you call them on your world.
You know what? We could probably go get something worked out with her. In fact, I know somebody that she knows. And I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out Kaleem's decapitated head. In fact, this guy was like really close with her for a good while. So we got to know him pretty decently. And back you go. And again, you just hear little screams in my bag as I put that back in there.
Oh, jeez.
She would want to say hello to you.
You know, I almost forgot that was in there, and the other day I was just looking for some stuff, and I was like, oh, who's this guy? Kaleem. Oh,
It's a good thing you didn't clean that out. Usually it's...
You know, you don't want to be there spring cleaning day. It gets sticky.
She says, but you're not attached to that head, are you?
I mean, not particularly, if you have something of equivalent exchange.
It's possibly not attached to me either.
Not attached to any of
I mean, it's just nice to be able to have things like that to get ahead of a deal.
Nice.
Cast minor illusion.
Most disturbingly, you mistake the look on her eyes is hunger. She wants to eat the head.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Okay.
I looked through she can see me looking for my bag. What if she has a rare gun item? What can I trade?
Well, to be honest, I think this might be something that, do you have anything of value? Yeah, of course, you know how these works. Nothing's given for free. I understand this is not exactly the eye of Vecna, but it is something that did take quite a bit to come across. This is the near miser that tried to take over the world with his brain, so I assume he's got some value to what's in that noggin.
Brain juices.
What is it that you would want to trade for that?
To be honest, I don't know what all you have. The sword and the book is what we came for.
It's not worth the book.
I understand that. I'm just saying I don't really know what you have in stock.
I mean, the bad news rifle is so good, but I want something better. Oh, and then I pull out William. I'm like, William's really good, but he only shoots one shot a day.
Perhaps a tomb of leadership? I know, exactly. How are you with item manipulation?
Admittedly, enchanting is not my strong suit. I deal in what I acquire, not in what I make.
Well, I will take out my Bloodwell vial. Do you have a more potent version of this?
No, I have this. As she conjures these blood-red goggles into her hands. What about this?
Maybe she would like the 10 Watchful West potions I have.
I don't know what blood goggles you got there, buddy.
I just linked it in the chat.
Blood Scryer Oculus. That sounds like some awesome VR stuff. Hunter's Mark, locate creature and scrying. We don't have a ranger in the group.
Don't need one. Oh, well, for this, I'm going to say you don't.
Does anybody want this? Because it doesn't look super great.
Ironmite's not bad, but
we don't have a ranger
to use it.
Yeah, it's still intended for a ranger.
Yeah.
I'm saying you don't need to be one to use it.
Ironmite's good, but I already used my bonus action.
Yeah, you get advantage on perception checks, but I'm not going to say that that's not an impressive item, but unfortunately none of me or my companions here would be able to make good use of it.
That's unfortunate.
I have a really unique item that I'd be willing to trade for something better in a different department.
But I'm going to be honest here, guys. I'm about to just give her the head anyway for that. I'll just use it to trade for something else later on.
Okay.
Demon.
So you notice that her composure returns to her a little bit as she says, well, is it a deal or not?
Going once, going twice. All right. I'll call that a deal.
Splendid. Marvelous.
Now, do
My
you have
golem
like
will
a
deliver the
membership
Oculus
card?
to you.
Is there like a do I get like something to scan when I come back? I feel like I'm a frequent purchaser now, so like maybe we could just make sure that we have a good ongoing relationship for any further deals.
She says, no, we don't have anything like that. This is not S-Smart, after all.
Shop smart.
Now, anything else?
No, but I will make the deal for the head for the Oculus goggles.
My golem will deliver it to you upon your exit.
Fair enough. I thank you for your time.
Okay. So, anything else? Does anybody have anything else? By the way, Ungan, give me a wisdom saving throw, unless you're entering... Well, if you're entering back into the forest, give me a wisdom saving throw. If not, then you don't have to make one.
Anad wants to say something.
Okay. You're not? Okay.
May I?
Sure.
He's like, I've been using this for a while. It is unique. And I was curious if you had anything that would rival this, but more in the offensive department. And I break out the shield of the Hidden Lord that we got from the vault.
I see.
The legendary sentient, one-of-a-kind shield.
That has the soul of a devil trapped inside. I can sense it. It
He talks a
calls
lot.
to me. Would you perhaps be willing to trade it for a shield made out of the rarest metal in all of the cosmos?
What kind of shield is that?
I was like,
The
what the
legendary star metal shield. The only one in existence.
Can you link it in chat?
I can.
Okay.
Well, now that I knew that was an option, I feel like I got started on the goggles.
Let's see. This open metal shield guarantees offer +1 bonus to your AC instead of a shield's normal bonus. Whenever you're targeted, the target of an attack made with a metal weapon or projectile, the bonus becomes +3. The shield hovers above the gauntlet to protect you as if you were wielding it, leaving your hands free.
Oh, that's nice if you didn't have Warcaster.
Yeah, I have Warcaster. As an action, you can throw the shield at up to 3 clustered targets you can see before returning to your... That's pretty cool, but that's not good for a wizard like myself.
Ah. Let me look.
And I show my... I know what I would like to trade it for, if possible.
And what is that?
A Staff of the Magi.
That, unfortunately, I cannot give, as there is only one in existence, and it is currently accounted for.
Oh, who do we have to kill?
That information is going to cost you.
I can offer you something a bit more carnal, if that'll be received as proper payment.
That's my job. Wait, he's a hack. Mine. Go ahead.
Anon, if I know who has the staff, if you would wish for me to tell you, but maybe we should talk about that somewhere else.
I mean, do you want the carnal favor as well?
Well, that wouldn't, she says, that wouldn't be for payment. That would be just to pass the time. I won't say no.
Aw, you old hag. No, I'm just kidding. Don't kill me.
You say you're bored. How about this wonderful book collection that I have?
You know what? I think we should really must be getting
She says,
going.
I've read them.
Damn it.
What? There's no way you've read this book that I have. It's an epic tale about this group of adventurers. Do you know what book I'm going to pull out?
Oh, the Book of the Seven Deadly Sins.
The Seven Deadly Sins book. That would be perfect. I don't know. What would I want for this? I'm sure you've come across many Chronergy wizards in your time.
I am looking at something.
Because this is a legendary, so like it's got to be epic.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can't really get better than it. I can only offer things that are equal to it, because it is kind of as good as it gets. She says, well, that is unfortunate. Perhaps we will barter again in the future for that shield.
Okay.
As travelers visit, I assure you, I will be on the lookout for anything I think that might suit your fancy.
That's fair.
Now, are you sure you have to leave so soon? I mean, you just got here. Surely you can stay for a while.
Is she talking to me personally or the entire
All of
group?
you.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I think we have some people to meet and attend with. Especially maybe,
Nope, I don't think we can stay. Not
Miss
even waste
Mariana.
one more second.
So, the sky begins to darken, and for a moment, you think she's about to try some shit. When suddenly it gets all nice and bright and fuzzy again, as she just says, oh, well, very well then.
Time to go.
I
Time
left
to go.
I left some tea over there on the rock If you would.
She says, yes, it is time for you to go. Leave.
Oh,
As
thank
her
you. Don't have
temperament
to tell me
changes
that.
once again.
I will
Oh.
reactivate my Twilight Blessing as we.
Apparently, they have menopause down here as well.
I'll just tip my hat and an evening's tranquil to you. And let's go.
Okay, you go back the way you came, and as you exit the forest, without delay, you hear this loud stomping in your direction as you see a shadow begin to tower over you as this immeasurably massive golem stands over you as he lowers his hand to the ground and sword in the stone style. The sword of Zariel is impaled into his finger.
Ooh, I've been trying to get this thing for like a year and a half. I will go reach forward and I will draw the sword.
And it does. And he's also wearing the goggles as a little ring.
I'll take those. If you would please drop the sword of Zariel in my inventory.
I will.
I'm kind of jealous. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, fellas, I actually can get us on the next leg here. Might have to make a quick pit stop, though. So, everyone gather around.
The gathering is taking place.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and cast Plane Shift this go-around. Gabman.
Okay. And where are you going?
Avernus.
Oh, you're doing this now.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Gavin was totally not ready for that.
No, I wasn't, but I'm okay with it. Wow, you're doing this now. Okay.
I've been waiting a year and a half for this. Why would I wait any longer?
Well, what I'm kind of getting at is I'm not sure if 30 minutes is enough time to tackle this.
I mean, you could
Maybe
leave
not.
it on a cliffhanger.
We're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and call it. We're going to leave it at a cliffhanger because what you guys are about to do is going to take a lot longer than 30 minutes.
That's what she said.
Told y'all to get ready because we're going on an adventure.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So now I know what I need to prepare for in 2 weeks, and that is an adventure through hell.
That is legit.
And so
I'm
with
excited.
that, you find yourself standing in this screaming void as you see imps flying through the sky, as you see lemures, these little amorphous-looking four-limbed white blob things walking across the ground as magma spouts shoot out, entering the atmosphere above you as you stand in a hellscape, because this is actual hell where you find yourself, with the smell of sulfur strong in the air. And it is a nice, crisp, about 130, 140 degrees.
Nice.
Just want to say, hey, Azrael, thanks for coming along, man. I know this might not be what you thought you were getting into today. But don't get down now.
You see him, he's literally like, what the hell?
Exactly.
That was perfect. High five. That's great.
Well, good deal. All right. Honestly, what we're doing right now, I was planning on doing as the mini arc between 2 and 3, but we're doing this now.
Yeah, you kept trying to push this back further and further.
We'll be having some phone calls over the next couple weeks, Sean.
All right, that works.
No, we won't.
So, all right, good deal, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. I'll see some of you guys on next Wednesday. But
No, you won't.
See you then.
Yep. Adios.
All right. Later, guys.
Yep.
Laters.
Bye. Hey, Gavin.
What's up?